is the Don and Mike Show. Want to participate in a Don and Mike Show contest? How about this? You or a member of your household can only win once for 60 days. You must comply with any age limitations and restrictions for each contest. For complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Don and Mike Show, 10800 Main Street, Fairfax, Virginia, 22030. Thank you, and God bless.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Next door. Oh, yeah, there he goes. He's going running down the hallway. And doll's eyes.
Shh. Quiet. Good afternoon. How are you?
Glad you could join us.
Yeah, so am I.
It's showtime.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Where does the time go?
Let me write that down, Mr. Spicoli.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I will never be late for class again. I will never be late for class again. I will never be late for class again.
Start writing.
Well, hi there, Buzz.
Hi.
Buzz, will you be on time for the return of the Fighting Gutterballs?
Wouldn't miss it for the world, Don.
Tomorrow night, it's the Don and Mike Fighting Gutterballs. Yes, it's our semi-professional, all-nude bowling team.
Show bowling team.
Show bowling, sex bowling.
Trick bowling.
Tomorrow night at Bowl America, Fairfax.
It's not sex bowling. It's sexy show bowling.
Against some group of our listeners called the Pinheads. Their names...
Insignificant.
Not ours.
Right.
We are the Balls.
That's right.
The people come out to see the balls. They don't come out to see the other team.
You're fighting balls. You're big, strong gutter balls.
Open to the public.
Go ball.
Pull those little plastic chairs up around our lanes.
That's it. The Bowl America Fairfax, I want to tell you, no finer highway than Lee Highway.
That's right.
Yep. Named after a great American.
A great Confederate general.
General Lee.
Or a great Asian. I'm not sure either way. But either way, I know that Lee is okay with me.
Yeah. Come out tomorrow night. I'm debuting a new routine on the lanes, especially if we've got the right lane.
That's great.
I'll be doing my triple Lindy.
Wow.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah. Lindy, England.
Never attempted in public.
Should be fantastic.
So anyway, that's tomorrow night. It's the Gutterballs return. So come on out and see us.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it's hokey and it's schmaltzy, but it's frankly what we do best. We go out and we bowl and we'll drink and we smoke and we rape and we pillage and
come out and catch a very personal wave. We'll wave at you.
Then we riot and we'll torch the place and then it's fantastic.
It should be big fun for the whole family.
We'll with our cell phones and we'll knock over a couple of banks.
So if you enjoy sexy show bowling, we're ready to show you quite a show.
That's right.
And how about you? That's right.
Thank you.
And the main thing to remember tomorrow night, if you're coming out...
That's the captain of the last bowling team we played.
You're coming out to watch us bowl, avoid eye contact with us.
Yes.
Please. We're like Tom Cruise like that.
Yeah, you don't want to set one of us off. Yeah. It's really not a smart thing to do.
You can look at us, but not into our eyes.
Directly into our eyes, you may find something horrible happens to you.
Yeah.
Now, before we start the show, we've got a lot to get to, including a diminutive weatherman, Little Topper Shut.
Really?
Topper Shut!
Channel 9, who called the show late yesterday. We'll get him on after we start here.
It's not snow season.
No, I think he's got some grape with Free FM, which is the new moniker of the station. I'm not sure if it's a gripe. I just know that he's a weatherman on TV. And
we've certainly given him our fair share over the years.
He wanted to call in and voice his opinion about something, so
seems fair.
We'll get Topper on in a second. But first, I just have to tell you briefly today, this was just, I think, a crappy thing. I'm going to write down the name of this person.
Okay. Someone we know, I take it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know Rob does, right?
Yeah.
Right? Mike does, right? You know who that guy is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What's a really evil profession? What's a really evil profession?
Radio management?
No, even worse than that.
Okay.
A lawyer?
Yeah, okay. It's that, okay?
Yeah,
okay. You recognize this? Okay, so, having said that, and Frida's not around, so I can say that, having said that.
Right.
The guy calls, and he says, out of the blue, hey, would you have time to meet me? It's right on the way to work. at this joint because I've got something I would like to discuss with you. And I said, well, I'm a little busy. And he said, well, I promise it's worth your while. I don't waste your time. He's been a pretty good buddy to me.
Right.
And I said, well, sure. I said, okay, what's it about? And he's one of these guys, he's always got 8,000 projects. It's like, swampland down in the Everglades. Or,
right.
Or some three-wheeled vehicle that runs on cabbage juice or something.
Sure.
Gasification?
Yeah, like Marion Barry. So anyway, I say
That's
sure.
not the same thing.
I say I'll meet him at this joint, and I sit down, and it's a place with either you're at a chair or you're at the bar.
Oh, CCR.
Or you're, pardon me?
Crystal City Restaurant.
It was not a strip club.
Okay.
But in this case, we were in a booth.
All right.
So I was looking everywhere where there was just separate seating. Then I looked by the bar, the table, and in the booth, I see the hand go up. And I go over there. And I'm like Booker T and the MGs anyway. My time is tight. Okay?
I know.
So I go in, and, look at me. I'm dressed like I'm dressed for work every day. I got a pair of jeans on. I got a sweatshirt
Gray
on.
sweatshirt.
He's wearing his lawyer clothes. And he's all fancied up. And I don't want to... The guy's okay, but he just had on today his I'm an ass cufflinks. I mean... I don't know where he got these from. He got them from somebody in government.
You've always had a problem with cufflinks.
No,
They can be irritating.
Listen.
You wear them and I wear them, but we don't like people to wear them.
No,
we don't.
And you know that Mel Karmazin is the only guy who really should be allowed to wear cufflinks.
Nobody loved them more.
Looks good on him.
Mel wears them even when he doesn't have a shirt on.
Exactly.
The guy that used to be the CEO of this company. And
actually, if he's in the shower, he wears them through his skin.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not talking
He's
about...
got piercings where people might have piercing in their ear or their belly button. Mel actually has his wrist pierced.
I'm not talking about the Chippendales thing where you just have cuffs.
These are cufflinks through the skin.
Right. Absolutely.
2 little folds of skin that are pulled down with
anyway, I see this fat little hand go up, and it's like it might as well be the U.S. Constitution that's being waved because this thing on his wrist is just so gigantic, and it's like
blinding you.
How y'all doing? He's got a slight countrified accent. Like, hey, good to see you. And he says, so I got some things I want to talk to you about. And he says, you want lunch? I said, no, I've already had lunch. I've got about 20 minutes maybe. He says, well, okay. And he's just moseying through a bunch of lawyer papers, and then in the worst setup of all time, he says, and I'm going to fake the woman's name. He says, oh, my gosh, Peggy Lou Elston. Well, I'll be a horse's ass. I didn't think in a month of God-fearing, manure-stepping, going out in the country and getting what's right for you that I'd see you. What the heck are you doing in this neighborhood? Have a seat. So this chick is not a good actress, right? This chick, she sits down and she says, hi, lawyer guy. And he says, well, now this is kind of cozy. It just happens. I'm here with you.
Oh, no.
And I reacted very badly. Because now, here's the thing.
Well, obviously well-meaning.
Here's the thing.
Poorly planned.
Here's the thing. So the chick she's dressed like Little Bo Peep. I mean, this grown-up woman.
That's nice.
It's an exaggeration, but he's got the curly blonde hair, and she's got the y'all thing down just like he's got the y'all thing. And he says, why don't you join us for a second? And I wasn't going to say anything at first. I was like, okay, that'd be cool. And he said, I tell you what, I got all my papers spread out over here. Hey, slide over there. Slide over. So it's like, okay, now she's sitting next to me. And he said, so, you a big fan of the radio? You ever listen to the radio? And I said, what do you do? I look right at him. I swear to the guy. I look right at him. I said...
All right. Things are beginning to make sense.
Leaving his name out, I looked at him and I said, hey, name. I said, what are you doing? He said, I've got some stuff I want to discuss with you. I said, I don't doubt that you really probably do have another scheme, to get some more of my money. I said,
another scheme.
I said, but what is the deal, with Priscilla here? And again, I'm not going to use...
Was she sitting there when you said that?
Yeah, I'm not going to use her real name, but I used her name. What's the deal with Priscilla here? And she was sitting there, and he said, Well, certainly, I'm offended by what you're I'm totally he lost it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's a lawyer, and the guy is a kick-ass lawyer. However,
who's a good friend, maybe trying to do a good turn.
Yeah, and his face turned as red as the American flag, and he said, son, and I hate that when when like the good old boy calls you a son. He goes, son, the thing is, how many messages have I left on your machine at home? And I said to him, I don't know. 12. I said, okay. He said, I know we're not close friends, son, but I just need to make sure you're doing okay. I said, well, I'm doing fine. He said, and I thought, well, what the heck? Peggy Sue here. Don't you like her? Now this is where it got awkward because I look at her and she's mad at him. Now she says to him, hey, well, excuse me. Her words, nobody else's. She said, she looked at me and she said, excuse me. Then she looks at the lawyer and she said, what do you think I am, a slut? And he said, I can't believe this is going the way that this is going.
I'm totally surprised.
Meanwhile, the Applebee's...
So you picked up on it immediately.
Yeah, so the Applebee's lady comes over and she's like, hi, well, can I help you? Would anybody like anything? And this guy, he's smooth. He says, I tell you what, darling, we'd like three sweet teas. And about 10 minutes. Thank you very much. He sends her away. Right. Then he says,
how did he extricate himself out of this one?
This is pretty good because she says to him, I'm not, what do you think, I'm a slut? And
kudos to her.
And I say to him, what was
she surprised too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is where it gets great, is that he says, I'm so sorry, two of my best friends, and I meant nothing more than to just get the two of you together to at least.
That's very not lawyerly, though. I think that he's trying to be a nice guy.
To at least to get you to say hello to each other. And then she said, wait a minute. And now she looks at me. The lady looks at me and she said, so, he didn't tell you that you're going to come here today and meet. I said, look at me. Look at the way I'm dressed. I said, do I look to you like I'm going out on a date or like I'm going to meet somebody? No, I'm going to meet this schmuck where he's going to ask for some more of my money, to pay him X amount of dollars to get well, I don't want to say what his business is, but...
Right.
And I said, no. I had no idea. She said, well, I thought he said that I was supposed to meet him here about a similar type proposition.
I just got to write something down. Was that this guy?
Okay, write it down.
I'm not sure. Did he have anything to do? Did he have anything to do with that?
No, he's not the slam ball guy.
Okay.
All right.
No, Mike, but hold on.
All right. I know there was something.
I wondered about that.
Hold on. Here's where this guy's connection is. Okay, that's where.
Okay. All right.
That's where he's.
Yeah. All right.
He's come after me to invest. Before that.
Gotcha.
See that?
Oh,
remember that.
Yeah.
Now this poor Rube. Does he realize now what he did? I mean, well-meaning as it was.
Yes.
He's learned his lesson.
Well, the thing is, though, people that don't know you well probably are well-meaning. They don't know how.
But
horrible that is to do to somebody
I handled it very badly.
To anybody, no.
I mean, I gotta come clean with something to you, since we're talking about this right now. You got to realize that I think it's the timing right now. It just seems to me that in the last 2 to 3 weeks, in my joint, this is what I've been getting from people, and people will come up and say, "Hey,
thanks, Look Around Cafe,
love your show," and then one out of 20, 30 people I talk to, as far as women, when they'll come up, will say, they will talk about you, and they will say, he is so sexy, or they will make a comment like that.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
They're right.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. It's a certain type, and it fits the timing. And I'm thinking, everybody's thinking that, if the time limit is, and it's your time limit, and but I'm wondering. I said it's weird that people. I process that. I think everybody's like him that knows you, even knows you through the show. And I'm not talking a lot, but enough
starting to happen.
Enough that it would be. I haven't burdened you with that.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're not gonna. What are you gonna do if I come in and I say, "Hey, somebody came up to me on Saturday night.
I'd tell you
a chick came up to me on Saturday night and said,
you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, this thing, I don't think it's a phenomenon. I just think it's something that's happening. I think you're probably right that nobody knows what my timetable is, and I know this. My timetable ain't the timetable right now. I mean, that's just the facts, Jack.
That makes sense.
And, I said to this guy, I said, and I really probably pissed off the lady more than the guy. I got up and I said, listen, I have to get myself out of the situation. I feel awkward. I've raised my voice. People have looked in the restaurant. I know some people in here know who I am. I said to her, I'm very sorry. You seem like a very nice lady. I'm sorry that our mutual friend lied to you as he lied to me to get us to meet each other. I really, at this point, and this is where I was just too cold with her. I said, I don't see any need to even ask to exchange phone numbers with you because I can't imagine you'd ever want to talk to me again, and I sure as hell don't want to talk to you. And I realized,
that last part, maybe.
I don't need to say that. So I said to her, I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you, I'm mad at the dirt. Right. And then I look at him, and I swear to God, I said, listen, you freaking cowboy. Because he's got his whole Jim Bob, I'm a lawyer outfit on.
Country lawyer.
I said, you embarrassed me today. I'm going to talk about this on the radio. I'm not going to say your name, but I'm going to talk about this on the radio. You stupid inbred. I said, here is the only situation in which I will ever accept this. And I said this with the woman sitting right there. I said, you get Jennifer Aniston sitting in this chair.
This isn't helping either.
I said, you get
that didn't make her feel very good.
You get Jennifer Aniston sitting here, and I'm here any day, any hour, any time.
Did you leave those two together?
Yes.
Well,
I had to say to her, and I said, ma'am, what an ass I am. It was like, excuse me.
Ma'am's okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Was there any deciphering was she just single, or had she had any kind of similar life experiences, gone through any kind of major tragedy?
Here's what made it good for her. Her husband had died like just a year ago.
Yeah, okay, so, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like that's automatically, you're going to be your type?
Well, your reaction
Jesus Christ, no, wait a minute. No, there are the people that know you, and then there are the people that, there's just common sense.
Right. Anyway, and this whole thing took less than 50. It took less than the time it's taking me to describe it to you.
Thank God. Let me get the book out right here. Widows.
As fast as it went by. And I just have to say this because I know he's listening right now. Jethro, you stupid country bumpkin lawyer. I mean, you're a good friend of mine and everything, but Jesus Christ. I see that big ham hand coming up. He's got the state of Texas on it.
So there really was no business proposition.
Son, I'm over. No, now here's the thing. Here's the thing where this hillbilly really, where he shows his true colors. Because what I've done is left the table.
Yeah.
And I have walked away and I've said, ma'am, excuse me. I've said, okay, I think you guys got to talk. I got to go to work. I will see you later.
Was your demeanor that you were embarrassed? It was kind of like a little bit light, or was your demeanor totally pissed off?
No, my demeanor was that I was pissed, but that I was embarrassed.
Okay, well,
sure. I said, this is an insult to Frida. This is an insult to me. I said, this is an insult to you, ma'am.
Yeah,
so Skippy, step off. And I said, they said, excuse me, ma'am. And I got up and I left and I went to the car.
Step off.
And I'm trying to figure out how to get the car going because I got the car.
You're pretty rattled by this.
Yeah,
of course.
And I've got the car that all you have to do really is get in the car and push the button. It's the thing. It's the electronic. But I'm looking for the hole to put the key in, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed that my hand is doing kind of like this, just because it's like Jesus. I can't believe this happening. And I hear the
oh no
on the window. So the window comes down. He goes, partner, I as well say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope I love you. I love you. I love you like a brother. I've always been there. I said, listen, okay, things are cool. And then he said, now really, I want you to know this all wasn't just BS. I mean, that thing with her was, he said, really, will you look at these papers tonight?
Oh, no.
Here's the deal. That he's got, whatever his latest, he's positive that, we're going to be able to sell kangaroos on the moon or whatever it is. And he wanted.
You know what? I've never met this guy.
You've met him.
I've met him.
You met him at. Were you at the Super Bowl party at my house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy that?
Was I at that party?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I was drinking.
Don't. Well, I see. I don't want to say anything.
I know. Okay, you can tell me off the air.
He was. He was sitting.
I probably liked him, right?
Yeah, you loved him.
Of course I did.
I mean, well, you loved him because he was
my type.
He was hammered. He was wearing a cowboy hat. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
That's right. That's the guy.
Yeah.
And he was in his cowboy mode that day at my house.
I believe you set off an alarm of some kind.
Okay, well, give me a pass on this. Come on now, give me a pass on that, Robbie. Thank you.
Click, no pass. Click, click, click. No pass.
Thank you. Okay, because look at that. I took up all the time there.
Rules are to be enforced. They make the show more fun.
Your reaction, I think, perfectly natural, perfectly normal.
Shut up. You know what? You had lunch today with Hughes, didn't you?
Yeah.
You brown noser. You brown noser. All right, so that's all I had for you. Just my awkward 15 minutes before the show today.
Sure
You do, even those of us that know you don't know you all that well all the time. But I would gather that if you were ready for that type of thing, that you might give kind of a non-verbal cue.
Yeah.
Your behavior would say, hey, you'd come out and say it.
And it helps.
You'd say, hey, I'm looking for some fun,
but I'm not.
But I don't think.
And being blindsided doesn't help.
No. Anyway, it was awkward.
Yeah, of course it was.
Nice awkward moment.
It sure was.
Okay, that takes care of that little thing I had planned at the Christmas party.
What are you talking about? A straight hooker?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
That's different.
That's
all right.
That's different.
But no one would know that.
And she must be Asian.
You'd be very drunk.
She must be Asian with big natural boobs. Okay?
Done.
And the pouty Asian mouth that I like so much.
You got to draw me a picture or show me a picture of that one.
He's got some.
Just call Clementine Tran. That's who I want.
Consider that done.
Okay. Before we start today, a word from our sponsor.
Oh, good.
We have a sponsor for today's show, and this is a product that is endorsed by my good friend, Mike O'Mara.
Wow, what's that aftershave you're wearing?
New High Karate Aftershave is so powerful, it drives women right out of their minds. That's why we have to put instructions on self-defense in every package. High Karate, the brisk splash-on aftershave that smooths and soothes and cools. High Karate, aftershave, cologne, and gift sets. High Karate. Be careful how you use it.
What up, my yellow brothers? Jinx in the house!
The Don and Mike Show.
Yeah! You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Hello.
Let me just say this about our telephone system. It's
pretty good. Pretty good.
Sure does look to me like all the people on this bank of phones really are into the show.
Right.
And anyone that might be calling on this bank of the show has tuned us out already.
Exactly.
Something tells me that this bank of phones over here probably ain't working right now.
Shine the big Miller light in the sky and Joe will come running.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Joe. Let's get him here. Joe, we're starting with your band today with the Stones. Bitch. Where is Joe? You got to come in and reset the phone. Here he is. Hi. Come on, Joe. Here he is. See?
How do you not like that beat?
You can't not like it.
Really?
Fix that for me, please. See? I got nothing.
It's from Sticky Fingers.
Thank you, Joe.
They bring that horn section in. Yeah. Might be my favorite Rolling Stones song.
What is that?
That really might be my favorite Stones song.
Good one.
I like Sympathy for the Devil.
Tony's fixed them, and we've tested them, and they should work. So call us. 877-365.
Shut up. Okay, thank you. I thought he was going to say something important, for God's sake.
Well, I think he did.
Anyway, I think he's got the phones working. And
Tuesday, Joe.
We should probably open the door and consider we are only 24 hours away from Joe's high point of the week.
That's right.
Closing in on it.
Wednesday, Joe.
No pun intended. Now, I don't even have time for the math today. I just know that you're a Jew.
Thank you.
Hi.
King, Super Jew.
How's your stolen Vicodin?
All right, that's another Joe story.
Yeah. It's a good story, too. But good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Embetterment and all the ships at sea. It's porn time!
Yeah!
With Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara!
Yeah, baby! As long as we're just continuing disjointed thoughts, I was looking in whatever TV guide or the video guide was, and this Saturday night on Saturday Night Live, the host is Eva Longoria.
Oh, my.
And the musical guest is Korn. So for me, it's
coincidence?
They got your letter.
It's the perfect night. And this is the Don and Mike Show, everybody. New episode on this Tuesday. 111505.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
No, he's not retarded.
Retarded. You can call us from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. Those are the phone banks I'm worried about.
Still not lighting up?
Worried about the phone banks.
A little worried about the club?
Doesn't seem to be working.
You know, you played that high karate commercial?
Yes.
I have a trivia question.
Oh, hold on. Let me also give out the other number, Mike, very quickly. From Mexico, Canada, 800-636-1067. And if you're listening on WJFK, Washington, D.C., you can call 202-432-1-67. And we are also on the internet. Go to donandmikewebsite.com, click on Listen Live, or go to radiomat.com and find out any of the stations that are giving you the firm, hard stream of the show. Oh. Yeah.
Hot.
Okay, what?
Electric Shave. That's the same product that I use. It's been around since high karate. I actually use that product
Williams
now.
Electric Shave.
I use it every day now. It really works.
Yes, it does.
I swear to God. Well, you played that high karate, and I was like putting that electric shave on, which is a smell from like the 40s, too, it seems.
Right, but it's chock full of alcohol, which dries your skin.
Yeah.
But it smells like victory in Europe.
Makes your beard stand up to the electric razor.
Yeah, it just greases your skin so the razor slides over it.
Is that what it is?
It's just oil and alcohol. You can
but I mean, come on now.
You can make your own batch.
What a mess this phone thing is. I can't, no one can call us now. We can't call out.
What's going on?
I don't know.
It's just another day.
It's a bitch.
Hello?
Hi there. Hey, Rob, that was
no way to introduce Beth Ann.
Uncalled for.
Didn't mean it that
Uncalled for.
What did he say?
He said you're great. Would you get the hippy-dippy weatherman on the phone?
Yeah, I'll get him right now.
Okay. Bye-bye. See, it seems that these lines over here are working fine, and that these lines over here. Let me just try this. Here we go.
See.
Oh, I get it. You're using the working bank of phones to try to call
the non-working bank.
What appears to be the non-working bank.
If you have trouble calling WAVA,
I'm trying. Hello.
Well, they're busy. That means that people are calling.
Well, no, but here's the thing. We call the number, and the number's busy.
But you're not getting numbers coming through.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hotline's ringing.
8. I'm sure it's top or shut. 9. Would you pick it up, please, Robbie? 10, 11, 12 phone lines.
Oh, dear.
They're all open waiting for calls.
Has something been done since we did the last show? Has something been, fixed, allegedly?
Isn't there a busy button that the DJs can put on the phones?
I thought there was.
I know back in the day that there was a busy button that if you didn't want to answer the request lines, you would give out the number and you press a button and people would call and just get a busy signal.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's not busied right now, though.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Einstein.
Rob, you were thinking and not talking that time.
You're now joining us from WUSA TV 9 here in D.C. Here is Topper Shutt, Chief Meteorologist. Hey, Chief.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey,
I bet Topper's weather radar works better than our phone system.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't know about that. Actually, ours is not working right now. But anyway.
Okay.
So Topper, Beth Ann tells me that you called late in the show yesterday, I guess probably right after you got done with the 6 o'clock newscast. And we were running way late, and of course you're always welcome on the show to discuss anything. So what would you like to talk about?
I would just like you to shed some light on I keep hearing this pre-FM.
Mm-hmm. Topper, I'll tell you very briefly, it is simply the stupidest bit of branding that I've ever heard in my life. That the station that you listen to us on every day, and we thank you for your patronage, you've known as WJFK.
Mm-hmm. Correct?
Well, our company, because maybe you've heard Howard is leaving to go to satellite radio.
Yes.
Our company has decided that it would be a good idea to rebrand all the radio stations that have a talk format and call them all Free FM, so that you don't ever forget for a moment that Howard went to satellite and that you're listening for free. It is.
I was hoping that was not going to be the explanation.
No, it is the single dumbest idea I've ever. No, Buzz are kidding about that.
Wow.
Buzz is into much heavier stuff. I mean, that's why, incidentally, tomorrow night,
Tracy, don't bogart that joint.
when we go bowling, please notice that Buzz always will keep his sleeves rolled all the way down, even though the bowling shirts are short sleeve.
That's why I was late to the show. I had trouble getting the tourniquet off.
He's like Christopher from the Sopranos.
Will you be taking any prescription narcotics tomorrow night?
If I can, bowling? I'll try some. If I can find them. If I can
find them.
I don't know. I forgot where I put them.
Speaking of farms, last night Rob calls me on the way home and says, "Joe Ardinger to the rescue." Okay.
Wow.
So the story is that it's your mom Sharon, her husband has
ongoing back pain that's being treated.
Okay.
But he has a prescription for Vicodin, which is great.
Right.
And he got a prescription filled. I won't say where, but he got it home, counted the pills, and there was 4 short. So he called back to the pharmacy, and he said, "I got my Vicodin prescription, and there was 4 short." And they said, "That's horrible. We'll be back in touch with you in a moment." And they called him back, and they said, "Well, we've gone very carefully over our records, and we've done a complete accounting. There is no overage on our end." He said, "Of course not. Someone stole them." And they said, there's 4 Vicodin missing.
Right.
And my mom was wondering, why would people steal them? I said, well, they can sell them. And she said, well, what are they worth? I said, hold on, I'll call you right back.
Joe.
So I called Joe, and I said, "Joe, what are Vicodin worth on the street?" "Anywhere from 5 to 10, depending on who's buying." He said, "What kind of Vicodin were they?" I said, "Vic 750s." "Oh, top drawer. That's what we call an e-ticket. Yeah, $10.
An e-ticket.
That's word for word what he would say to you, too.
And so I said, "Thanks, Joe. Very helpful as always." And I called my mother back, and they're pretty sure that someone in the pharmacy has stolen.
So did they make it right, or can they? They can't do it, right?
Well,
the guy's your uncle's screwed. Right?
I told it was my stepfather.
Your stepfather.
I said, well, they will give him 4 replacements based on the fact that he's got a good history. Okay. But I said, if they don't fire someone, you should stop dealing with that pharmacy.
Here comes Doc Ardinger.
Here he comes.
Yes, Doc.
How's his favorite subject?
How do you, Doc?
And this is your father?
Stepfather.
Stepfather, is he...
You want his number?
Aged?
Well, he's older than you. He's 58, I think.
Okay. Because a lot of these pharmacists will
the elderly
count older patients because they assume that they never count their meds. And then they just pocket the 4.
Have you ever counted your meds?
No.
I've never counted prescriptions in my life.
People rarely do.
Really? But I guess you should, right?
Of course I would. I count them 3 times. At the counter.
Have you ever gone back, Joe, and told them they shorted you when really they didn't?
Without getting into it too much, I've really never gotten my pain medications over the counter. You know what I mean?
Oh, dear
Joe.
God.
When Joe gets shorted, he just goes back to the street corner.
Yeah. Joe will be sitting there with an unmarked car out in front of the building.
Joe, I got an order for this weekend. Can you? What are the good Vikes? The 750. I need 2 of those and a bottle of wine.
Oh, I'm out of that now, though.
I don't care. I'm ordering it for me. I'm going to bring Tracy Neal over.
That's illegal.
I'm going to bring Tracy Neal over. And we're going to eat the Vicodins like on Seinfeld. They did like with the Snickers bars.
Right. You need a grinder too. You need a mortar and pestle because you got to grind them up. Put it in that first half a glass of wine because if you don't get her right then, she's leaving.
No, I say it's like an entree. That what we do is I got like a nice little plate and we cut the Vikes in half, almost like Flintstone vitamins.
You're going about this all wrong. She's not going to let you do that. You've got to, unfortunately, put it in the glass of wine. The Vicodin.
She'd be pretty cool to it.
Really?
It seems like she's pretty hip.
Yeah.
Just put them under your tongue, let them melt.
Hello, Don. This is Topper. Listen, I had a great time on the show yesterday. Listen, I got a business proposal for you. Can you meet me at TGI Fridays? Yeah. Tracy! Tracy, what an unbelievable surprise this is.
Now I'm excited. and now all the phones. Thank you, whoever did whatever to the phones. Because now, there you go.
Tony fixed them.
Now both. Yes, thank you, Tony.
Anyway, Don, if I did that, I'd be committing a felony.
That's right. And you wouldn't do that.
No.
Right.
You know what? This is crap.
Okay. Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Gower.
Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Yes, I'm a pharmacist.
Hi there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I wanted to shed some light on what Joe's saying.
Are you like the pharmacist in Desperate Housewives?
Haven't seen the show.
Oh, you should.
See, now I can track with that, Mike.
Same guy that was in the Stepford Wives?
Yes. Homo. Yeah. And that's for me for watching Desperate Housewives and for you for watching it. But yes, you're right about that.
I can just vouch. I do not short pills intentionally to anyone.
Okay, you know what the word is? Intentionally.
No, the word is intentionally, but it's the truth.
Pretty amazing that you jumped on the phone so rapidly.
Here's what I don't get.
It's the defensive nature of society.
No, get out of here.
That's right. Defensive society.
Being a pharmacist really is simply a more educated stop slow. Now, let me run this by you. I used to say to my son when he was growing up, you do good in school. Otherwise, and I mean, no offense to anyone out there working on a road crew right now. What the hell do I care? They ain't listening. When we would get to the point where they're doing construction, there's always one schmuck that's got the stop slow sign, and he's got the walkie-talkie. And then there's the other schmuck, and you know that they are just the two dumbest pieces of crap out there working the crew that day.
It can be screwed up. I think we've all witnessed it be screwed up, but it is probably the easiest construction job out there.
Okay.
You twist a stop and slow sign all day.
It is the lowest rung. So I would say to my kid all the time, listen, if you stop slow is waiting for you. Stop slow is waiting for you. But I believe that being a pharmacist, even though you have to fake going to school, it's much the same thing. Because really, I've seen the reports on the news. You know what they do? They get out the pills, and they've got like a tongue depressor. Here's what being a pharmacist involves. You get a big Costco-sized jar of pills.
The big jar.
Right. You pour them onto this tray, and then with your tongue depressor, you count out 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
Reading the instructions that have been given to you by a doctor.
You know what it is? It's stop slow, except you get to wear a doctor coat, you get to stand 8 to 9 feet above most people.
True, right.
Let's face it, that's how they've got the pharmacists set up in these drugstores.
I would love to ask a pharmacist give us one element of the job that is the single most difficult, because I don't know what the answer would be.
Reading Latin?
And days.
What?
Hours and hours on their feet.
The only thing, you know what they would tell you? I bet they would tell you they have to be aware of drug interactions with elderly patients.
They have to know all that stuff.
They have to know.
And the guy out on the road's got to worry about the guy who doesn't see him with the stop slow, and maybe he's going to get his ass pounded. Oh, here's John.
John Norman might be able to shed some light.
Hi, John.
Hi. I had a buddy in college that was taking pharmacy. There is more chemistry, organic chemistry, that one has to study to become a pharmacist than you can shake the proverbial stick at. Makes my head spin to see all these little carbon loops and crap that they had to study.
So they have to study that, but then once they get out...
But the bottom line is, once they do, if they can fake their way through that, really it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 with the tongue depressor, and then, 4 more in your pocket.
But is the pharmacist on the hook if he gives you the bad prescription that you're not supposed to have?
No, that's the doctor. The pharmacist can only give you what the doctor tells him.
Right.
Don's right. I mean, it's basically you count pills. It's tough to get the degree, but once you get the degree, you sit there and it's gravy train.
You're a pill counter. I got more respect. Here you go. I got more respect for the guy out in the middle of the road with the stop slow.
But then the pharmacist?
And
that's why you get your meds from him.
But the guy, the stop slow guy, probably couldn't do the same job as the pharmacist.
No way.
Because the stop slow guys might not be able to count.
You might be right about that.
Yeah, they might not really be. All I know is my hometown, Mr. What's his name?
Gower.
Mr. Gower, my hometown pharmacist that I grew up with, and I mean, we, all the time, my whole hometown was like that. We had the one guy, we got the shoes from one guy, the sporting goods from one guy. That's how small a town it was when I was there. This guy was the happiest. He was the happiest merchant.
Sure.
The happiest merchant of any of them. He was funny. He was always joking. Everybody loved the guy.
He was high.
Yeah.
Count his Viking.
He was high.
And all I remember is, like, when anybody in my family would need a prescription, it would be another trip to the emergency room. No. I'm kidding.
And before any of you pharmacists out there call, grow a set, for God's sakes.
And this drugstore guy, he not only was the pharmacist, he had the soda fountain in the drugstore.
Oh, like James Garner in that movie with Sally Field.
I swear to God.
And Shoot a Horse.
Eventually moved out and into another one, and that's when the mauling of America was beginning. But he had the soda fountain. In fact, my sister worked at the soda fountain. It was amazing. I mean, the really old-fashioned.
Your sister was a pump girl?
Now, come on now. She might be coming back to town,
I know that?
She was a jerk.
Paul can't live forever. All right?
Right. Hi, Don. It's Mike. I need you
bro?
I need to meet you at a restaurant.
That'd be your nightmare. Marry your sister.
Because you call me and tell me. You be telling me what you did. Hey, you know what I did? You know what I did last night?
Hey, Mike.
Oh, God.
Guess what your sister's great at?
I'm hanging up now. Stop it.
La 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 la.
Oh, and the things that I could tell your sister about you.
Yeah, that's true. Well, not really.
No, I mean, but just like sexual stuff that I know about you.
Well, that I've done to you.
No, that you've talked about.
Oh, yes.
That I'm sure you've not mentioned to her.
Yeah, that's true.
You
mean on-air stuff or stuff I've told you in private?
Well, no, I would never rat out the private stuff.
Okay, so stuff I've talked about on the air.
Yeah, like... I'm
trying to think.
Like the planets.
The planets?
You know the planets.
Uranus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the bad stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
I've probably never had that discussion.
And a very quick shout-out.
You're absolutely right, I haven't.
Oh, and I hate shout-out, but I'm going to say it anyway. To Tony Kornheiser. I love that show.
Kornheiser.
PTI.
Yes.
With him, Mike Wilbon. TiVo it. Watch it like a fiend every day. I love the fact that every day for what seems like the last 2 weeks, Tony Kornheiser keeps starting the show by saying, how about if we went to the planet Uranus?
On PTI, they cover this type of thing on that show. Did they cover the great injustice that was done yesterday?
What was that?
The American League Most Valuable Player.
I don't know.
Did they cover that? Oh, come on now. You watched the show. Yes, you're pretending you didn't know.
No,
they had the fact that Alex Rodriguez did it.
Maybe they did. I probably went past that.
He's a Yankee and he won, and David Ortiz didn't.
All I know is that kid that threw the football through the hole that won the $1 million bucks.
He got on there?
They showed him doing it, and they had the dimensions of the hole. The hole was 20 inches.
Isolate that one, Rob. Pretty tight.
The hole. That's a tight hole.
Yeah.
That's a sinkhole. That's what that is. Yeah.
The hole was 20 inches.
I tell you what, Jim Bob, my good attorney friend, Mr. drive away with your Cadillac with the big horns on the front end, just like you're in the Cannonball Run. Screw off. Make it Jennifer Aniston or nothing.
Tracy Neal.
Oh, Tracy
You put that. You put her in the category.
Right. 20 inches. That's a big hole.
We've changed the subject again.
Yeah. 20 inches, that is the same size as Michael Wilbon's left eye. You ever notice Wilbon's got the weird eye?
Wilbon's got the weird eye?
No, I'm just kidding him. I'm just trying to get a rise out of him. I mean, if anybody on that...
When did you start watching that show?
If anybody on that show is deformed, it's Tony Kornheiser. I think 4 years ago when they started it.
Really? It's been on 4 years?
Oh, yeah, I'm a huge fan. You wouldn't like it, Buzz. They talk about sports.
Oh, I see. What does PTI...
That's why I brought up the MVP thing.
What does PTI stand for?
Pardon the interruption.
I see.
Is it as good as the sitcom that was based on it?
Oh, nothing's ever as good as that, Rob.
I know.
Was that Costanza that starred in that?
Yes, right. And Malcolm Jamal Warner.
As Tony Kornheiser.
Yep, P.U.
Because Wilbon has dreadlocks.
You could do a Larry David type of show with Tony Kornheiser.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting.
He's that caustic.
Do the Trey Wingo sitcom. That's what I'm waiting for. I tell you, that D-bag. Every time, that's another show that I TiVo on.
Who is Trey Wingo?
He is the tool that's the host of NFL Live, which is, Mike, I'm a pathetic man.
Yeah.
When I go home at night, here's what I do. I heat up my dinner.
Right.
I make my drink, and I say, TiVo, what do you have for me?
Talk to me.
And TiVo says, well, I've got PTI for you.
Right.
I've also got NFL Live.
When would NFL Live run normally?
I think during our show.
Okay.
So it picks it up sometime during the day.
And Trey Wingo, he's very energetic, yes?
Yeah, goddamn, he's like the male Holly Morris. Oh, and I know it's a local TV reference, but who the frig cares? We've talked about this hyperactive poodle on Channel 5 in the morning, Holly Morris, who like to send out, it's like, have you ever wondered how they make lederhosen? I'll show you this morning on Channel 5. Oh, God, I don't remember exactly how the jingle goes, but I know Joe remembers.
Oh, good.
Joe and I were talking about this. They're doing a takeoff on Where in the World is Matt Lauer with this local chick.
Good golly, where's Holly?
Perfect.
Oh, no!
That is brilliant.
Yeah, Joe and I were laughing about that before the show today because they've even got a bad, like, karaoke. Good golly, where's Holly? Good golly, where's Holly? Hey, guys, have you ever wondered where molasses comes from?
And are they sending her over, like, around the country or the region?
No, she's like going
She's like in a wine cellar in Georgetown or something, you know?
Yeah, she's within a 20-minute driving distance of the TV station. All right, thank you, Joe.
It's so bad, thank you.
Thank you for the tip, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm in the basement at Tom Sater's new rented townhouse.
Don't forget 2 Vikes and wine and Tracy Neal.
It's a good
Just
mix.
don't let her know about it. That's the thing.
Okay.
You know, because then she's yours.
Right. Imagine that. Imagine that. What that would be like. Waking up. Who am I kidding? Like I would wake up. Would I take pictures of her? That's the question. If she was sleeping and passed out at this point in my life, I'm 47. I'm a widower. Would I take pictures of Tracy Neal to prove that she had been in my bed?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Yes, you would.
If I had
the very fact that you suggest that scenario indicates that it would be a one-time deal.
If I had drugged Tracy Neal,
oh yes,
and was able to pose her in various positions.
Oh, God. Well,
now you're perhaps going too far.
You're cementing your chances right now. You're turning this lovely little thought of a date with Tracy Neal into Saw 2.
Mike, no, hold on. The whole lovely date. At least I wanted to be an upfront gentleman about it and say we would eat the Vikings like they were steak.
Right.
You want me to grind it up and put it in her gruel?
I wonder why she avoids this show.
Tracy Neal.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Don and Mike show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Diana. I had Holly Morris came out to our hurling team last year.
Now what is a throwing up team?
Yeah, hurling. No,
hurling team.
The Irish sport hurling. It's like rugby but with sticks.
Okay.
And she came out last season. Our team was going to the finals, the national finals, and she came out to do one of her little exposés on us. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. Came out and was wearing. She had pigtails. And was wearing a matching turquoise shirt and capri pants with sneakers and had like one of those venti, Starbucks coffees. Yeah. And the entire time, like one of our team captains I think he's from Belfast, was talking to her, holding onto the stick, and she had no idea what he was saying. And it was just the craziest lunatic I think I'd ever seen her.
You had me with pigtails.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's like going out to see, going out to a football practice or something and coming out there just being the dumb blonde cheerleader that came out there and trying to do everything, and it was just the most obnoxious thing we'd ever seen.
God bless her.
Crazy.
Oh, everybody's got to have every station should have a Holly Morris.
Good golly, where's Holly?
Indeed, it was just crazy. So we get to watch it over and over again to see her do that.
We got a break. Thank you very much for the call.
Thanks.
Pigtails.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Irish thugs.
The hurling team from Bulimia U.
I'm sponsoring my own hurling team this year.
We got to do this. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show. This is the Don and Mike Show.
And the sale ends this Friday.
I always watch the Jerry Todd Show.
Jerry Todd. How are you? We're going to check traffic in and around town right now, so let's go upstairs and see what's happening. Okay, thanks. We'll catch you a little later on. I wouldn't worry too much. I don't think the traffic is too bad out there. Anywho. Meantime, on the Jerry Todd Show, that's all the time we've got. I want to thank you for being with me this morning. Hope you've enjoyed the program. I know I have. Had lots of fun. Hope you have had too. Come back again. Join me for the Jerry Todd Show next time. Meantime, we've got more video for you. This time from the Grammy winner himself, Christopher Cross. And a song that I'm just crazy about. Wait till you see the video. It's called Ride Like the Wind. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye. Take care. See you next time. So long.
The Don and Mike Show.
Right.
Beautiful minds. Don and Mike.
Jerry Todd. Yeah, we'll mention this again. The Fighting Gutterballs tomorrow night. It's us, loser disc jockeys, playing bowling.
Go ball!
If you like the Harlem Globetrotters, you'll love this.
Sexy show bowling.
Yeah, against some of our listeners, a group of listeners called the Pinheads.
And if I can't find my bowling shirt, I'm going to wear a size small T-shirt. Kind of a tribute to Kingpin.
That'd be nice.
That's tomorrow night, Bowl America in Fairfax. We will start at about 8:30. So come on out. We'd love to see you. Also today, where is John Norman? It's time for Week 11.
Oh yes,
fantasy football update.
Wonder who won the money this week.
I don't know. Did you finally get it?
No. Oh, hell no. No, not me. Never.
You were just being kind of like sarcastic about the whole thing?
Perhaps.
You blind squirrel. You never find a nut?
Got a victory, but not the money.
It was 2 weeks ago. Buzz was ready to quit.
Hi, Rob.
He defeated me over the weekend, and now he's back in the playoff hunt.
It's funny. It's ironic, really. Buzz was going to win the money until last night. So many things happened last night.
Yes, they did.
Where's John?
Here he is.
Here is our crooked commissioner. Hi there, Johnny.
Hello.
Okay, what happened this week?
Oh, you know, the normal stuff.
No, not the normal stuff. I got beaten by Buzz. I find that impossible to stomach. Congratulations,
Thank
Buzz.
you. Very kind of you.
But again, I'd like to but everybody's got a little bitching to do.
Right.
Those of us
not
that
everybody.
Lost. Ravens defense. What a waste of an early pick that was for me this year.
Who knew?
That was exactly 1 point from those efforts. Okay,
it's true.
Thank you. I'm going to start Cincinnati the rest of the week.
Okay.
Can I take a moment to just congratulate a great player who is destined for the Hall of Fame and has had a wonderful career.
Who's that?
That is the quarterback of your Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre. It's been a wonderful career, and I wish him a very speedy trip as he walks in to the Hall of Fame. But I don't think he's going to be getting more snaps from for the Americans. It's not going to happen because I believe that now he's going to be replaced by Michael Vick. I think that's what I'm going to do the rest of the season.
Good luck.
Click and win.
Click and win.
Right.
All right. So
why is it always click and win with me? Why everybody clicks and wins, but with me I'm singled out for click and win.
Because you coined the phrase.
Here's the thing that's a bitch is that I give Buzz the fact that he beat me fair and square. But what I hate is when you see the reserves, the guys on the bench, and you realize that all of my studs.
How many points did you leave on the bench?
2.
Really?
Oh, 2 points. So I got
lots of guys on bye, though.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind having faggots on my team, so I have lots of bisexuals on my team. But, you leave 2 points. Listen, it all comes down to the Ravens. It just comes down to the freaking...
How much did Buzz beat you by?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, but I'm used to getting at least 15 points a week from my defense.
Right.
This week, really, and at one point it was -2 from the Ravens defense. But I'm going on and prattling. John?
All right, let's see. Results we have in the first game, a squeaker. Thank you, Donovan McNabb from Robb. Mike beat Robb 68-67.
Ooh.
Yes, Donovan McNabb with that last INT dashed Robb's hopes for a victory.
And Mike, I'm sure you were not even awake last night. Here's the deal.
No, I looked in and went to bed thinking that it was a foregone conclusion that Robb had beaten me.
That's right.
I didn't think.
Very late in the game, like with under 2 minutes left, Philly's got the ball back. They got the lead. All they've got to do is run some clock. Donovan McNabb has already been down, and he's already broken in a million pieces anyway.
Right.
He throws an interception that's about the most retarded throw. He throws it right to 31 for Dallas.
Did you stay up and watch it?
I was gone by that point, but when I woke up, my hopes were also dashed.
Yeah, click and sleep.
That's right. I didn't say it.
See, I had been watching the game and getting online and watching the scores, and I knew immediately, interception, -1.
Right.
Touch
-2.
-2.
That's enough to take it past the loss and past the tie, right to loss.
Oh, see, I thought an interception was -1. I thought it was just going to be a tie.
No.
I was very excited because it's the first thing I did. No, it's about the 50th.
No, Mike walked in and wanted to know what happened, and he had no idea.
All right.
No, what I did today was I came in today. I checked it this morning. I looked and I saw that I had a 1-point lead, but I came in because when I've had those type of leads before, it usually I get screwed because somebody didn't get credit for something.
Just want to say something about the kiss of death. Is that, okay, Priest Holmes is almost paralyzed. Terrell Owens will never play in the league again. David Akers is missing 30-yard field goals, and now I understand that they've cut off Donovan McNabb's feet. And he had a reputation of being like an Iron Man going into the season. I swear.
It's called hobbling.
I think I'm about to be blamed for the death of Wellington Manor.
I heard that.
Ravens defense is available.
Yes.
What did he say?
Pick up the Ravens defense.
Oh, that's nice. Buzz.
Did you dump the Ravens defense?
Yeah, sure. Ray Lewis doesn't play anymore. Ed Reed doesn't play anymore.
Maybe Buzz could pick it up if his neighbor says it's okay.
One of a team of people who've been running my team.
That's right. The puppet. The puppet wins.
That's right.
Well, it's not like
no money for the puppet, though.
I'm an owner.
What
I don't
should
get
I
involved.
do? Go to the neighbor.
You seem to be so upset, but I mean, it's not like you have a chance of going to the playoffs anyway.
I did going into last night.
All right, who's next, Johnny? Give us all the scores, please.
All right, BA beat Joe 99-93.
That was a big one.
Well, and Buzz knocked off Don 101-80.
Right, good victory, Buzz.
Thank you.
I got lucky and caught Bart on a week when he did not have LaDainian Tomlinson in there to score 4 touchdowns, and I beat Bart 106-69.
Okay, so after week 11?
That's week 10, going into week 11.
After week 10, what are our standings?
I'm on a 6-game winning streak, I see. That'll leave me at 8-2. Yes, thank you, Rob.
Oh.
Mike in the dumb division, I'm sorry, 6-4. Bart at 5-5. Rob, ouch, 2-8. Ow! Thank you, Donovan. In the dumber division, we've got a tie at the top. Joe and Don are tied at 6-4. Buzz at 4-6. A bit of a surge there.
Yeah.
And BA in the basement at 3-7.
Well, it's good to be in such fine company.
And who did win the money this week, John?
Oh, that would be me.
I see.
And, John, just if we're keeping track, Mr. Crooked Commissioner, how many times have you won the money?
Out of 10 weeks, I believe I've won half.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You're being modest.
Let's see. Don's won.
Not that I'm counting, John. I've won the money 3 times.
3 times, and Bart's won it a couple of times. And that's
he's
right.
my son, he's from my demon seed.
That's true.
It's like all
Great
sports.
Brain.
It's all sports. The rich get richer. And those of us in the smaller markets.
That's right.
Did I not tell you at the beginning of the season I had fixed it so I was going to win?
You did say that. You did indeed.
All right, week 11, we've got Mike versus Buzz, Bart versus Joe, and in the battle of the heavyweights, Don versus John, and Rob versus B.A.
Very optimistic because I do believe that I have gone through the toughest part of my schedule.
I don't think you have. I will see you on Sunday.
Yes, yeah. I'm confident. I'm confident with my new quarterback, Mr. Michael Vick. See how he does.
I'm confident that my neighbor and the girl running my team can beat you this weekend.
All right, we'll see what happens.
I've written letters of warning to everyone on my roster. Hire a bodyguard because bad things are happening. Kiss of death.
Who are you going up against, Don, this coming week?
John.
Oh.
Johnny Norman.
The Battle of the Titans.
Take him on.
It's going to be heavy battle.
No worries.
All right.
No worries.
Good luck with that one.
You get your whole roster
I'm
back,
pulling
too,
for you in that
right?
game.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I'll have all my horses out.
He's got that home commissioner advantage, though. You know.
I have Chad Johnson back this week.
And you're not in my division, right?
No, I'm not.
You go spank that John Normand.
Hey. Okay?
Homo.
You go right ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You make it hurt. Here comes John Norman. John Norman just came in and gave me the look.
Hi, John.
Womp, 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 womp.
I think I'm going to check with my neighbor tonight, see what I should do.
You should. It helps. It worked for me.
It's nice to see you give somebody else a little grief. Yeah, after weeks of click and win.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
You're busting Buzz's balls.
Look at the results.
Does Buzz have a better record than you?
Does he? Or does his neighbor? Or does Beth Ann's daughter?
Or does it matter?
Well, Buzz has a better record, but it's not like Rob has the worst record in the...
Oh.
I know. You take such joy from my tragedy.
I do.
Really? You know,
because
it was nice.
This is the only thing where you really give it to me.
Maybe you...
This is the only thing, and I'm having fun with it right now.
Maybe you could have showed up with some nice, like, green and white pom-poms at Donovan McNabb's hospital bed.
Mike,
rah, rah, rah. Rear over.
You'll be glad to know that not only is Rob upset, I got the call today from Bart, and he always refers to you as Uncle Mike.
Right.
Okay, because he loves you. Right. You know that.
Right back at him.
He says to me today, Dad, did you see the fantasy scores? I said, yes. He said, you know, that tie that I had, that should have been a victory. Remember we went through that?
I remember that.
Yeah,
That's right.
And I said, Bart,
No.
you know, that bell is already rung. And he said, but Dad, O'Mara is in front of me now. And I said, don't you mean Uncle Mike? And he said, no, I mean O'Mara is in front of me.
All right, you pass this along, okay? You tell him that this is just my opinion, that he will have good luck if he changes the logo of the Fighting Drunks again. And if he uses a picture of me.
That's right.
He will...
Will he click
because he had it the first time. I think it was a picture, right?
Right.
Then he changed it to a logo.
The logo of your restaurant.
And then and now it's been sitting there, and he's got to do that. That will change, because remember, that's when he was winning big, when he was doing that.
Hold on a second.
I just can't wait to the end of the season. I'm writing a novel.
Rob, you are so upset about the curse.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, there's no mathematical anything that can support that this would happen. Then I'm going to kill the guru.
Man, I should have paid more attention.
If I thought you were awake last night, I would have called you. No, he's not there. This is the problem when you know anybody, any idiot like this. And I love my son. I'll call him an idiot. You got to sit through a minute.
But if you like the theme like I do, here's the big finish right here.
Here we go. Okay.
I love that.
To page this person, press 5 now.
No need.
At the tone, please record your message.
Here we go.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Bart, it's Dad. I'm here with O'Mara.
Yeah, this is O'Mara. Listen, if you want to have better luck in fantasy, what you have to do is you have to change that logo of the Fighting Drunks. I'm not going to tell you how to change it, but it needs to be updated. You update that, you're going to have good luck this coming week.
Oh, and Uncle Mike doesn't care if it's a new picture of him, incidentally.
Yeah, and if somehow you can find a picture of me where I'm actually drunk, wow. Hello, Super Bowl.
Good luck.
I'll tell him right where to go.
And there is, I know there's a place where he can find that.
Oh, I know where those pictures are, too.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can go on the website and
absolutely,
find them. It's your restaurant's website.
And click on 2004 World Series.
You're going to see Mike and his absolute just drunkest.
Yes.
All right, buddy, I love you. This is your dad and O'Mara.
Signing off.
Signing off. Bye, bud. Okay, well, he was hot today.
Yeah,
Boy, he was hot.
Well, it's coming down to the wire for a lot of teams, and major decisions have to be made.
That's right.
Donaldo E. Miguel. Hello there.
This is Brad. I'm calling actually from my car, traveling home from Jessup, Maryland. I just wanted...
Brad, did we ask for your entire bio?
Sorry about that.
No, I don't give a rat's ass if you're in your car, if you're driving upside down. What do you want?
I was just calling to let Robb know, or signs are Donovan McNabb is not playing this weekend.
Hey, that's really great.
Who's your backup quarterback, Rob?
My backup quarterback?
Do you have a backup? Huh?
Joe Theismann. It was another bad draft.
Who is your backup, really?
My backup is Hasselbeck.
Oh, there you go. He's okay. Yeah. Here's the only problem I have with Hasselbeck.
It's not Tim Hasselbeck, though.
No, it's
Manny Hasselbeck.
Elizabeth.
It's the unknown brother.
He's too bald. Hasselbeck is too bald to be a quarterback.
What is it with quarterbacks getting bald? I mean, really, is it the helmet?
Did you see Trent Dilfer? That guy's also got the bald look going. And during the Detroit game, did anybody notice the sexy locks on Jeff Garcia? He's gone away.
Went away from the crew cut?
He's gone away from the butch cut. And he's kind of letting it grow out.
Good for him.
Kind of doing like I don't know, almost like a... Who's that lead singer of the Foo Fighters I like so bad? I'm like doing a Dave Grohl thing with his hair.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
How about some highlights?
Hello, Don and Mike's show.
Hey, Don and O'Mara.
Yes.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I gotta give Bart praise for his theme song on his phone.
Oh, well, he's a young man who lives for good times.
Yes, and that's the way it should be. And by the way, tell Buzz, when is the absent show?
Tell Buzz when is the absent show. Tell me when it is, Don.
Don't ask him when the absent show is.
Buzz,
he could have asked you when the absent
The absent show's Monday. Don't forget, Buzz. This Monday, the 21st.
Oh, very good, then.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Homo Joe here, Don and Mike. How you doing?
Hey, Homo. Hey, Homo Joe.
Don, I was out with 20 lesbians last Friday night, and 3 of the groups wanted to have a date with you.
Yeah.
Now,
not surprised.
Joe, see, now, Joe, I would love for Joe to select me a nice lesbian to try to win over to my side.
Joe, listen, if you want to do that, here's the way you do it. Call down off the air, tell him you have a business proposition for them, and lure him to a restaurant where he has a sit-down with another unsuspecting lesbian.
No, Joe, really, you got some hot lesbians for me?
I do. The one's actually an Anne Arundel County police officer.
Oh, what a turn on that would be.
Frisk me.
Uh-huh.
Cop, lesbian, is she hot? Who's the?
She's very hot, actually, Don. I mean, it made me excited, you know?
Who is the celebrity that you think she most resembles, Homo Joe?
Oh, God. Oh, let me see. All I can tell you, she's got beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
how are her jugs?
Very nice. Nice size.
And she's a lesbian?
Uh-huh.
But she'd play for the other team?
Yes, she was married once.
Joe, who's the name of the young Puerto Rican boy that you're currently violating?
Nobody at this moment. I'm very single. I even called that guy that you gave me the phone number for, and he never reached on my call.
Oh, the guy that said that he saw you in Rehoboth Beach?
Yeah. I remember him. He was a bartender.
So you're looking for love right now, Joe?
Absolutely. I'm very single.
When's the last time that you had great gay unprotected sex?
Oh, about 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's quite a drought for you.
Yeah, I've been on a very big drought.
That's a dry spell.
Man, oh, man.
I'll have to do something about that soon.
Well, let's give you a nice kick in the butt.
Why don't you, Joe, you know, we're getting the bowling team back together. Why don't you come out tomorrow night?
I will definitely come out and see you guys in Sport Juice, as always.
All right, well, there we go. The call is out. The call of the wild. Homosexuals. Listen, Homo Joe's going to be out there.
Well, I might bring that lesbian police officer with me, too.
Oh. Yes. Oh, do it, Joe. Oh, bring her. Bring her.
Hey, call out to everybody in the life. Join us for an evening of bowling.
Hey, let's not get crazy, Mike.
Damn.
I kid, Joe. Of course I kid. No, really, come on out tomorrow night, Joe.
I will definitely see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you then.
All right, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There he is. Homosexual Joseph.
Good guy.
Rob just traded Priest Holmes for Homo Joe.
Good move.
That's a good
fantastic. Now he's going to get sick again.
No, I'm going to start him at tight end.
That's a good pickup for you, Rob.
Homo Joe here.
Hello. Don and Mike's show. One more call. We must hear some wonderful singing advertisements.
Yes, I love those.
Hello.
John, Mike, how are you?
Hey, we're doing great.
Good. Hey, back to football. I'm surprised you didn't pick Hasselhoff as his backup quarterback.
Rob Spiewak.
His first
David
choice.
Hasselhoff.
His first choice.
Exactly. All right, thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
He might be better off.
Okay. See you later.
He ran a great trick play. He threw it right to the talking car. Might as well.
See, you got to go with Baywatch when you're talking Hasselhoff. You go with that. What's that other
Night
one?
Rider.
Night Rider.
Night Rider.
Both strong.
But either way, he's beloved in Germany.
He is.
Right.
He's genius. I'll listen to his album tonight. Night Singer.
Herr Hasselhoff. Did you tell your barber joke on the air, or was that off the air?
It was off the air. It was simply for you.
He told the worst. Rob told the worst barber joke. I did. Go ahead, tell us.
Well, how do you greet a German barber?
Oh.
Hello, haircutter.
Okay, shut up.
There's a request.
There's our brand new producer.
My request.
It's our new producer. You know what? I bet that's Mr. Man. Oh, listen to that. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hola.
Hey, I just got your message.
Okay, we're on the air. We've only got about 1 minute.
Hey, it's O'Mara here.
I changed my logo already.
You already changed
good
it?
for you.
He's rapid, isn't he?
I mentioned to Uncle Mike, I don't even think I said this to you this morning, Barty, when you called me about the fantasy when you were pissed, that you always refer to Uncle Mike as Uncle Mike.
Right.
However, today I noticed that you said, hey, that tie thing really sucks because now O'Mara is a game ahead of me.
And?
It was just, it's a little maturization.
Maturation.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Mattress discounters.
Yes. I'm just dying to see that logo.
Sleep happens.
Oh, it's a good one. I used your suggestion.
Oh, very good. All right.
Buzz, are you on the...
I'm headed there now.
Are you on the website now? Okay. See, now, we can't share this with everybody because this is our own private league at cbssportsline.com.
It's private time.
You got it there, Buzz?
Signing in. Hang on.
Okay. All right, Buzz is signing in.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk quietly. What? But I tell you, this is going to bring you good luck on the fantasy. It really is, Bart.
So you're working tonight, Bud?
Hope it does.
You working tonight?
Yep.
Working tonight? You working till closing tonight?
Yep.
Tonight.
I
wonder how things will be at Clemson tonight.
Clemson.
And you realize it's just a week till you come back home.
I know. It's
right?
From today.
Right, that's right. School break 1 week from today.
And you had mentioned the other day Clemson's got a good chance of going to a bowl this year, right?
Bowl! I think so. That was a hell of a win over FSU. All right, you got the picture?
It's very tiny.
He found the one that.
What is it a picture of?
It's a picture of Mike with his big phony grin.
It is.
And his
when the Red Sox have won the World Series.
Raised eyebrows. It is.
So, without even listening to the show, Bart was able to go and find the photo that I think is the best.
He's rapid.
The best drunk picture of you ever.
He is rapid. Absolutely.
You know what, Mike? How about if we just give that JPG or whatever you call it, that file to Beth Ann just to put on the website?
Absolutely.
So people can see the picture that Bart has as his logo.
That's from 2004, October of 2004.
Amen. All right. Thank you, bud.
All right.
Okay, love you.
Love you, too.
All right, I'll see you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
It's, he's quick.
Yeah.
He is quick with that logo, and that is guaranteeing him a victory. That is guaranteeing him a victory.
You know, I've never even mentioned that picture to you.
You know that picture? You've seen that where I'm just doing the...
I've not...
It's the E.
I didn't go searching it.
That's not only booze. You know what that is? That's not only booze. That's the whole emotional, like the release and stuff. And that's the World Series because at the... I think when I'm trying to think at the ALCS, I probably was so into it that I wasn't like imbibing a little bit. But at the World Series, because it was a sweep and there was no pressure at that moment, I was enjoying and imbibing and the emotion and the whole thing. And it's just kind of that.
I never even mentioned it to you, but I must have had really like 10 people send me a link saying, "Have you ever seen this picture of Mike before?" And we'll put it up on our website at DonnaMikeWebsite.com.
Yeah, let everybody have a look at old yellow teeth. That's it. Really, my teeth are super yellow in that. Really. I mean, I don't think they're that yellow in real life, but it's yellow teeth. I look like Jerry Jones in that picture.
It's all yellow teeth. You do. Okay.
I mean, really, it's the green shirt that I'm wearing with the yellow teeth. Actually, that photo was taken in the Redskins locker room last Sunday. In a small corner.
Wow, Larry.
The only person smiling.
That's a photograph brought to you by the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox, all your baseball needs. Copiers.
Oh, now listen. Who says that we don't support our guys and gals in uniform? We do. You know that. You know that we were also big fans of prostitution. And... there's that place out in the great state of Nevada.
Yeah. The Bunny Ranch?
The Bunny Ranch. Right. And, well, just let me say, when we come back from this break, one of our brave fighting men, hopefully back from Iraq, Afghanistan, one of the hot spots, will be getting a trip to Las Vegas, to the Bunny Ranch, to get laid.
Put your ass on the line. Get a piece of ass.
That's right.
That's the way it works in America.
That's right. Remember the motto at Mike's. And don't forget, Tuesday night, it's family night at O'Mara's. So when you go in, when she says, how many, say 4. And then if your family all together says, face down, ass up, your dessert is free.
That's right.
Oh, God. But everybody has to say it. The kids and everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks. Look around, Cafe.
You said as long as
keep them coming.
As long as I say the name of the place, I can say just about anything.
You have infinite creativity.
There you go. Thank you.
I know. You'll hit on one. That just got a few of the hairs standing up. But I know will come that one day. Probably very close to the holiday.
It'll be like Family Circus. It'll be like a family like that.
Right.
Oh, what was that they said on the air? Okay, kids, everybody. Now, okay, how many would it be? 5 kids. Don't we want to say something? Yes, we do. Face down, ass up.
The aristocrats.
Do we get our brownies? Yes.
Thank you.
Get your special Mike O'Mara brownies.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Come on, it's the least I can do. You're not drinking?
This is translating into dollars and cents. I'm certain of it.
That's right.
I'm certain of it. That's what I tell my partners all the time. I said, it's money. It's money in the bank. Any publicity is good publicity.
That's right.
What am I supposed
Especially
to do?
when we're turning away people at the door that want those half-price Coronas.
Oh, that's on Mike's illegal Mexican night.
Click and serve, Rob. That's right.
Okay, we'll come right back. We'll pick a member from the armed forces to get laid with the guy from the Bunny Ranch.
A member.
So to speak. This is the Don and Mike Show. Where in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Let's talk Pink.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Law. Don and Mike.
Yeah. All right, Pink.
Let's get this party started.
Something tells me that Pink is more like roast beef right now.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got nothing against Pink. I think she's a talented chick.
Mm-hmm. More like medium well.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe like the end.
Yeah, the part that a lot of people don't like, but some people do.
Conversely, maybe it's the most sought after piece of a nice.
By some, if you like the meat really well done,
or roast beef
with a crust on it.
You know, I might be a total fag.
Yes,
but I ordered today from Amazon.com the new Madonna album. And I'll tell you why I did, because I read that it's like maybe her biggest dance album
I've heard that.
in the last 15 or 20 years.
You love the dance.
That intrigued me, too. I went to see Madonna when Madonna was making that kind of music. I liked Madonna. I liked that incarnation of Madonna.
And I just hope that she doesn't talk in her fake British accent on the record. I guess I'll get it tomorrow.
What Madonna song would represent the era where you dug Madonna's music?
God damn. Now that's tough because
I will win the gay award when I tell you what.
At the beginning, I hated her because she was so freaking overplayed. I liked the part where she was in love with Sean Penn and all those stupid songs.
Crazy on You. Or
True Blue and that stuff.
I like
Crazy for You.
Yeah. Vogue?
Yeah.
Ray of Light would be my favorite Madonna song.
The Vogue, I think it was the Vogue tour.
Favorite video, too, Ray of Light, where she's got, the cars going by at 8,000 miles an hour.
Vogue was also the Dick Tracy era, and that's where my favorite song is, the Hanky Panky.
Hanky-Panky, right.
Hanky-Panky.
We're so gay.
Yeah,
Borderline. I like Borderline.
No, listen, I'm gay. Have the rest of you bought the new CD yet?
No.
Okay, thank you.
But I had the same feeling when I read that today about Madonna, where they said they gave it a very nice review.
Mike,
and said
I'm sorry. I must fight you to the death on this point.
You're gayer?
I am gayer than you because I didn't think about it. I freaking bought it.
You made the move.
As usual, you're right.
That I'm gayer? Yeah, I'll fight that with you. You know, I enjoy the
That's like the king of game.
I know.
I'm doing the same. See how I did that?
King of gay. That's okay.
That's the way it works.
King of homos. I don't mind.
100% correct and gay. Rob. Oh, God, this is a goofy show.
Okay, it's time to stop talking about the new Madonna CD.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I'll have tomorrow.
Oh, they're going to get it to you? You overnighted it.
Of course I did.
Super.
Of course I did.
Does that mean if you really dig it, you'll play some of it on the show?
Yes.
Oh, good.
If I wasn't either germ-phobic or afraid of people, I would just have freaking gone to Tower and bought it today.
Right.
Because today's the day that it comes out.
Right. So if I was to top at Stour on the way home,
you'd be the gay winner.
Tuesday, new
you'd
music.
Be the gay winner.
Just can't make it on time.
I know you can't.
You can count on that.
Not that gay.
And that's why I'm gayer than you, because I've always said this about gays, and it's a compliment. You goddamn gays, you're like walking PDAs.
Yep.
You really are.
Very
You're
organized.
organizers, you're day planners. You got it all right up here, right in the biggest sex organ, right there, your brain. You've got it there. What time is that social? What time is that tea? What time do the clothes have to be brought to the dry cleaners? What time do I have to go to the doctor today? All of that stuff, you gays, you know that.
I don't know, those guys that were dancing on the bar at Club Wet didn't seem real organized with their tube socks.
Come on,
disagree.
They had the ADD, just like I do.
Gay DD.
ADD. Except with them, one of the D's stands for dick.
But which one?
I'm having a terrible flashback right now when I lost that bet.
And I'm having a wonderful flashback to when you won that. I mean, when you lost that bet.
Everybody was like in one corner of the bar, and you guys just let me alone.
When you won that bet, Mike.
Yeah, right.
When you won that big bet. When you had to go to the gay club wearing just the Billy Idol leather vest and no shirt on.
Yeah,
we all won.
Sitting next to Homo Joe.
How about when that guy came across the table and wanted to, put his stuff right by your face?
The dancer, yes.
That's good. You know what? You might be gayer than me. I bought the Madonna album. But, yeah, I've never had the fromage that close to my face.
I loved every minute of it. Absolutely. I'll always remember I have to say this.
What?
I'll always remember the matchbook with the blood on it. Rob,
for some reason,
since you wrote it down, I was thinking about. That's all I've been thinking about since we started talking.
For some reason, I was standing by you when you found it, and you looked at me and you said, "That can't be ... And I said, "Blood."
Oh. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. All this gay talk is nice and everything. Guys.
Is it time to get hetero?
Guys, let's talk about hetero sex. Let's talk about intercourse.
Well, all right. And we're not talking Pennsylvania.
Now, here's the deal. The Bunny Ranch is going to give 200 soldiers a free hooker for the holidays. And we've been out to the Bunny Ranch before. I think we were the first radio show to broadcast an entirely live broadcast an entire episode from the whorehouse. And we had the whores calling their moms on the air and telling them that they were whores. And we walked from room to room and
cheery reunions.
Oh, it was the Mustang Ranch.
Yeah, these guys visited us in Reno.
They came to us in the studio in Reno.
Hold on.
We did the first radio show from the Mustang Ranch.
Then let me just do a quick reset. These are the people from the Bunny Ranch. Now, am I right about this? When they came by the radio show and we were doing the remote in Reno, our engineer at the time...
Wendell, this is the same people.
Wendell Hall was actually in the corner of the studio while we were on the air. One of the girls was doing something to him.
And had to stop.
Wendell had no problem performing in front of others, though.
Yeah, and we got in trouble, and he had to, take care of himself.
It's like we said, we kidded with this hooker. We said, like, that's our engineer, Wendell. God, he's so
Let's take care of him right now, and bingo.
She did. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, everybody...
He didn't care there was a studio full of people, men and women in there.
No.
And he was just standing there, and he was saluting.
It was...
You remember?
It was terrifying. And I think I've seen this same woman on that HBO show, because that show, Cat House on HBO, is the Bunny Ranch. And they all came in, and the guy, it's the same guy that you see on that show every week.
All right, so the guy that we're going to be calling here, his name is Dennis Hoff, and what he would like to do is get soldiers and get them laid, soldiers that are coming back for the holidays.
That's nice.
Now, do I have this right, Rob, that if it's someone listening to the show, and they're coming back from Afghanistan or Iraq, that this guy will pay for them to go out there?
Fly him out, that's what he said.
Wow.
Okay, let's call him up.
Awesome.
So we can do a
now,
contest.
is this the guy, Rob, that's featured on the show? Is this the same guy that brought all his girls into the studio that day?
Looks like Fred Merck.
Yeah. True patriot.
Man seems to love his work.
He does. Very nice guy.
And
maybe we'll open this up to some type of a contest.
Okay.
Dennis Hoff.
Hey, Dennis. Hey, it's the Don and Mike show. How are you,
Dennis?
How are you?
Hey. I'm sorry. I just got the name of your place mixed up with the other place. I now remember, that, in fact, when we were in Reno...
Other place might be out of business.
When we were at the Buzz doing the live radio show there, our engineer, Wendell Hall, it was maybe the grossest thing ever. was in the corner with one of your girls going to work on him, and we said, Jesus, don't do that. And
Wendell, what the hell are you thinking?
The girl stepped away, and Wendell's pants were around his ankles, and he just kind of...
He was in a daze.
He walked...
let me tell you, it was not disgusting to him, and he's the happiest guy on your show that day.
Right. He was. He didn't care. At a certain point, he went past the point of no return.
All right, Dennis.
Absolutely. It was wonderful. Yeah, and the other place, I bought the buildings that closed up 5-6 years ago.
Ah, that's too bad.
All right, how is biz?
Business is outrageous. Our HBO show has been such a smash hit. We beat all the shows that we shouldn't have. We beat Entourage. We beat USA's The Monk. We beat Over There. Wow. We beat everything. And it was an incredible. The ratings were incredible, and it's just people are fascinated by what I do.
Yeah, well, that's true. I think everybody is fascinated by that.
Dennis, when you're shooting your reality show, how do you get the patrons to sign the release form?
I'm blown away by that, the fact that you get these guys that come in there, kind of for a discreet, like a bachelor party, but yet because it's not all guys that are, regular customers.
Is it because they're drunk?
No, it's not. In fact, if they're drunk, we don't allow them to be in it. It started out 4 years ago where we put hidden cameras in there. Now, we don't do that anymore. And we did 45 different segments of hidden cameras, just the negotiations. Surprisingly, 40 out of 45 guys signed the releases. And the reasons...
That's mind-boggling to me.
It is mind-boggling, and it is to the whole industry. Some of the reasons are the girls are very persuasive.
Yes, they are.
$500 when it airs. The other thing is that everybody wants their 15 minutes, and we give it to them.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
Last week, we shot a show with Rita Cosby, MSNBC.
Oh, yeah.
It was her highest-rated show. It was incredible. In fact, I'll send you guys a link.
Hey, Dennis, isn't she a piece of it? I mean, her voice sounds like acid reflux that would just drive me nuts, but isn't she just a piece of ass? Don't you wish she would be one of your prostitutes?
Yeah. You know what? I'd love to take her out. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with her at all. And when you get up close, you get that camera away from her, she's even prettier. She's very pretty.
Wow. So you're saying that the guys do it because, A, they get money for being on HBO, and B, they want their little moment of fame. Is there any other reason that they go along with this?
They do, because the girls, remember, this is the guy that came in the party, and once we quit shooting that, he's going to go party with this girl, and the girl is saying, oh, baby, I'm going to make it really good to you, and we're going to do this and this. And like last week when Rita was there and shot this show, which the ratings were gigantic, we actually beat Larry King. They were so surprised. And here's what happens. The guy comes in, and he goes to party, and Rita goes up to him and says, "Hi, how are you? I'm Rita Cosby with MSNBC." And she says, "I'd like to interview you." And he said, "Oh, I was hoping I could be on HBO."
Idiot.
Wow.
On HBO.
No.
And then listen to what he told. Listen to what he said. And you can get the link off of our website. There's a link to the whole show. You can see it on MSNBC's website. But the guy says, "I did it to make my girlfriend miserable. I've split up with my girlfriend, and this is my get even. Being on TV."
That'll do it. Now, let's talk about this thing with our soldiers.
Got it.
Dennis has budgeted $100,000 or $500 per session. So if you're a fighting man coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan, Dennis pays for you to go out to Vegas. You go out.
We're in Reno.
Reno, I'm sorry. My mistake. I'm sorry. You go to Reno. You go to the Bunny Ranch. And the girls really will do virtually anything that the guys want, right?
Absolutely. Here's what happened. We sit down every year around the holidays and with the girls, because we get them involved in this. What are we going to do? Are we going to take care of a few families? Are we going to give out turkeys like we've done in the past? We do a lot of different things.
I think we need some Christmas music, like some Mannheim Steamroller, because I know Dennis is really going to get to an emotional part here.
Yes.
The girls are saying, we got to do something for the military. She said, these military guys are coming in here, and they're telling us all these stories and how miserable it is. And can you imagine a military guy being in Iraq? There is no booty anywhere. And if they offered it to you, you'd say, you know what, I'm horny, but I'm not that horny.
Yeah, and it's not like in previous wars, where they go back to the rear, so to speak, where they're not on the front lines, and they've got someplace like yours.
All right,
listen, can you imagine what it was like in France in World War II?
That's right.
That's right. It was.
My dad was in the Philippines. He told me these outrageous stories.
Reminds me of that very famous James Bond character, Pussy Galore.
Pussy Galore.
That's right. Very famous. You're right. It was a great character.
That's what it was like.
We're going to take care of these military guys. And what I'm trying to do, guys, on a kind of a serious note, is I'm trying to challenge America to do the same thing. Now, if you're a Dairy Queen, you can't give them sex, but you could buy them an ice cream cone, couldn't you?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
If you had a dry cleaning place, it wouldn't hurt to clean a guy's shirt. Just that sort of saying, you know what, buddy, thanks for making my life safe.
I agree, but let's not mess this up by bringing reputable businesses into this. Dennis, let's keep it exactly what it is, that you are going to offer sex to one of our service guys that's coming home from Iraq or Afghanistan. Now, can we have a contest on our show?
I would love that, guys. You guys are so wonderful, and you have such a loyal audience. You know what? Let's do it. Let's have them, and let's open it up to the girls too now.
Oh, the girls coming back.
Yes.
So, if there's a woman that's in the life that wants, because you don't have male prostitutes there, do you?
We had one yesterday, and here's what happened. This girl went to thebunnyranch.com. She picked out Becca Bratt. She calls the ranch. Becca Bratt's a XXX star who's beautiful. In fact, I spent the night with her last night.
Yeah. So, do you sleep with all the girls?
I have to make sure the quality's up.
Quality control.
That's a good question. Don asked, Dennis, do you sleep with all the girls?
Not all of them, but I've darn sure had my share. And your share, and everybody's share.
Yeah.
I mean, I only date working girls, so that kind of, I think Heidi Fleiss, I was dating Heidi for a long time. And
Did you really date Heidi Fleiss?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
That was a handful.
you ever worry about rubbing the Sizemore off you?
Oh God, he called. He's amazing. We were doing a TV show, and he called in. What is crazy. This guy said, "Dude, just come to the Bunny Ranch. Get over it. You're never getting any more."
Oh, really? Yeah. So you've had a little contact with old Tom Sizemore.
Oh yeah, just a couple things, and he called. He's liable to be calling in now.
All right, well, Dennis, here's what we'd like to offer. The website for you is bunnyranch.com.
BunnyRanch.com. Yep.
And we'll have a link on our site. What we'd like to do is have fighting men and fighting women, how about like over a 2-week period here, send us some emails and let us talk to the people. Let's pick the most deserving, horny guy or gal, but really we'd like to have it be a guy, to go out to Reno and just get their socks knocked off.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? They'll live like a rock star. I'll make sure of it. I'll put them up in my private suite there. The owner of the Lakers has his own suite there. I'll put them up in that suite.
The owner? You mean Jerry Buss has a suite?
Johnny is there all the time. The son.
Oh, Johnny Buss. Johnny Buss. Hey, how about that chick that's dating Phil Jackson? Who's isn't that the owner of the Lakers? His daughter.
That's the daughter, Jeannie. There's Jeannie, Johnny, and Jerry.
Jeannie's got a couple of nice basketballs in her shirt, doesn't she? Oh, she does.
Wow.
I'm going to tell Johnny that. He'll get a kick out of it.
Oh, he's never heard that before.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis, listen, let's meet. How about after Thanksgiving? We can we'll give this about a week on the web to see what kind of response we get. We'll get you back on. We'll see right after Thanksgiving if we can't pick the winning soldier.
Well, let's do it. I'll definitely look forward to that. And you're going to hear some wild stories here. And I think the main thing is that we're showing appreciation, but we're going to knock their socks off. If it's a chick, if it's a chick and she doesn't want to come to the ranch that wins it, I'll send her a Bunny Ranch robe, all monogrammed with the Bunny Ranch care package,
we'll get a
shirts and all that.
We'll get a guy. And just so we're clear on this, the ranch will pay for airfare, lodging, and meals. And by meals,
we have a restaurant, nightclub.
I ain't talking about meals like that. You know what I'm talking about.
They'll take care of that.
The limo, and it'll be wine, dined,
and the meals,
everything, liquor. It's all on the Bunny Ranch because of Don and Mike.
All right, that'll be fantastic.
Okay, we'll make it fun, guys. There's no business like whole business.
Well, it's always great to talk to you, Dennis. We'll talk again after Thanksgiving. It's bunnyranch.com. We are going to find a soldier and get him out to Reno and get him laid.
Thank you, Dennis.
You know what? Allow moms and wives to write in for the guys also, because there's guys moving around the country.
That's fair, too. If there's a wife and a mom, what the hell? You know, I mean, I swear to God, 44 out of 45 guys, put me on TV, I'm at a whorehouse. Anything's possible, Dennis.
Thanks, Mom.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
That's Dennis Hoff.
I would like to start by nominating Lieutenant Colonel Michael Source.
Yeah.
I just say that this guy is brave. He's been on the front lines over in... here we go. I do love this Mariah Carey song.
And here's the way the contest will work. You're a fighting man that's been over in Afghanistan or Iraq. You can fly across the country with your favorite disc jockey.
And watch me get S'd and F'd.
Enjoy your weekend of fun. Yes, your trip includes airfare, meals, accommodations, free liquor, and a chaperone known as Don Geronimo, who will take you to the Bunny Ranch.
I'll play the role of Wendell Hall. And if that really wasn't the grossest, we are in.
Oh, my God.
We're doing a remote from our...
Why did it stop? Because it was happening, and we didn't think he would do it, right?
We were in that very tight studio.
Yeah.
And the guy from the Bunny Ranch was there with a couple of real hot chicks. Mm-hmm. We said, why don't you take care of Wendell? And they said, sure. We go on with the show. Somebody from the other room starts giving us the high sign, like, hey, you got to knock it off. What's happening?
It came back from the home studio.
Yeah. And we turned around, and really Wendell was standing there. His pants were down, his belly was out, and he was
horrible.
He was as proud as a peacock. No pun intended. And he just stood there and said,
"What's wrong? Is there something wrong here?
Winner!"
Jesus.
He just wanted.
Please just put that away. Take it outside.
He said, but you said.
You said I should, and then you told me to stop. What kind of nasty trick is that? What kind of obnoxious parlor game was that? I'm going back with them.
And then he went back to the transmitter site and
didn't he go there that night?
Russian roulette.
I believe
didn't he drive out to the?
They sent a limo for him.
Yeah,
right.
He was pissed. He was pissed because he couldn't complete on the air.
They made that up to him.
Well, you made me late already. I'm going out to the Bunny Ranch tonight, and I'm getting a limo ride. Why did you make me stop, Don?
I miss Wendell.
Yeah,
I miss.
Don't you think, though, that directive that came from the Home Office was one of the best we ever got?
Oh, yeah.
Because we wanted it to stop, too.
It was
wild. Who the hell knew? I mean, God.
And she was the one with the big teeth.
Wendell didn't care.
I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I think that was the same weekend where he brought Sambuca to my room at 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was.
That's when we were in Sacramento.
Oh. Is that Sacramento?
Although that might have been Sacramento backed up with Reno.
Yeah.
That might have been, when we would, let's face it, we used to travel exclusively to America's most beautiful playlands.
That's true.
Whether it be Wichita, Reno, Sacramento.
We were there.
Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
The hot spots.
Stickers on our luggage.
The unknown roads of America.
Let's not forget the Jetport.
Oh, yeah.
Portland, Maine.
Portland Jetport.
Portland, Maine.
All across the fruited plain.
That's right. And we went to New York for a while until they fired us there. We went to a big city for a little while.
Hung out in Philly for a bit.
Yeah, Philly.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
Buzz. We had a nice, funny vibe going until you brought that one up. Thank you, Buzz. That's okay.
Spent time at the finer airports all over the fruited plain also. Dallas, Fort Worth.
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite airport.
That's
incidentally, when you're going to go to the West Coast, connect in Dallas, Fort Worth.
It's the home of the crawl, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mike, at one point, was so drunk and so frustrated that we were walking through one of the shopping center areas of the Dallas-Fort Worth airport.
Yeah. And on our way to Wichita.
Mike got down on the floor and started to do, that dance that Curly of the Three Stooges would do. It wasn't even a dance. He would lay on the floor and with his feet he would kick himself around.
A shoulder spin.
You spin around.
Okay.
Right.
Mike started doing that and ended up just rolling around on the floor. And then
I stopped and assumed the fetal position.
People were just walking by and looking at it.
I didn't care.
I wonder how that would play in this age of heightened security.
I think they might have a word with me.
And yes, then he did just lay on the floor and said,
I'm going to stay here until people tell me to get up.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. You got to take a goddamn 8-hour flight to get to Wichita. I don't want to go.
And then, of course, the following day's broadcast, where it was 108 degrees.
Yes.
Oh, but that was the day we had Dennis Murphy in a cage.
And met Gladys.
God.
That's right. And Gladys Kravitz. Oh, Christ.
Lots of travel. We've seen the greatest parts of this country.
Sure have.
Just thinking of that right now is giving me some of that bad bile.
Yeah.
So let me just...
it's getting me a hangover, and I haven't had a drink in...
Let me just cleanse my palate.
15
days?
15 days.
16, I believe now.
16 days.
Uh-huh.
Yes, my glass is always half empty. Is that bile gone now?
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
Which was the bile, talking about the boozing or talking about Wendell getting that favor?
Yes.
Yes?
Be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show. This is the Don and Mike Show.
You're well,
yeah, this just in here. This from Chicago. From Chicago, that truck of chickens you ordered, the truck blew over.
From the Don and Mike Show, I've got about 1,000 responses to get to you. I may be portly, but I don't get my dates at family reunions. That's Lieutenant JD. Rapid fire segment is up next. Thanks, Don and Mike.
The Don and Mike Show. If listening is inevitable, just lie back and try to enjoy the Don and Mike Show.
Yeah. You promise me you'll love me forever? Sure you do. I'm just paraphrasing to the end of the song.
Yes.
Promise you love me forever?
Song.
Promise me you love me forever? Yes. Oh, my God, what did I do? Buzz, would you go to the website, please?
Yes, I would.
Please. DonandMikeWebsite.com. Mike, do you remember Rudy Huxtable?
Yeah, Rudy Huxtable was the Cosby Show.
Right, now.
Keisha Knightpool.
I mean,
That's
she was the little baby, right?
She's now the girlfriend of Quentin Richardson, talented guy for the New York Knickerbockers. Take a look at our website and
they grow
Buzz,
up so fast.
Scroll down
Oh, my God.
Scroll down a little further. Look at that.
Whoa.
Now, baby.
Wow, look what happened.
Brown sugar.
It's all grown up.
How come you dance so good?
Look at that. Now, is she just a piece of ass?
Man, oh, man.
Yes.
Boy, people going back.
Jesus is probably the finest piece of ass I've ever seen.
She is. Jesus Christ.
Rudy, all grown up.
If you go to our website, DynamiteWebsite.com, click on today's steaming log 1115, and you'll see the pictures.
She keeps wearing outfits like that. Uncle Bill's going to medicate her.
Oh, Uncle Bill. Man, whoa. As Larry King would say.
Hello there.
Whoa.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hey.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Don. Hey, Buzz.
Hey, Tommy.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Rob.
Rob.
I know where this is going.
What, about bowling?
No, Tom, you've never been in the service.
Nope.
No? Okay, hold on a second. Let me, there are three things he's either calling about. I'm going to turn the microphones off for a second, Tom.
Okay.
Okay.
You talk amongst yourself, Tom.
Okay. He is either going to call about bowling.
Right.
Or he wants Beth Ann's job. Or I think the third is going to be that he wants to get laid.
I'm going to say you're right with the first one. It's bowling.
I'm going to say all three.
It's an immediate need.
Pick one though, Buzz.
Okay, all right. I'm going to say the whorehouse.
And Rob?
I say whorehouse.
Okay, let's go. Tom Gavin?
Yes.
What are you calling for, Tom? What can we do for you?
I'm coming into the Dynamite Gutter Balls.
Bowling. If you had bowling, you win.
Welcome to Know Your Tard.
Way to go, Don.
Mike, no, you and I playing together like the savvy $10,000 pyramid veterans that we are.
We just won the big money.
We sure did. Come on.
You coming out tomorrow night, Tom?
Big bucks.
Yep, I'm coming out tomorrow night and bring all my Tom Gavin Monster T-shirts.
How do you spell bowling?
All right. Bowling, B-O-W-L.
Bowl.
How about lane?
L-A-N-E.
Wow. Very close. Really very close.
How about snack bar?
Snack bar?
Snack bar.
I know that's what he would never written down.
S-H-C-K-B-A-R.
Okay.
Snack bar.
How about alley?
Alley? What now?
Alley.
Like
alley.
Bowling alley.
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 A-L-E.
Ale.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Pete's Wicked Alley. All right, Tom, we'll see you tomorrow night.
What? Tomorrow night?
Yes, it is tomorrow night, Tom. What's the matter, Tom?
Tomorrow night, we'll see you there.
Are y'all coming in a big limousine tomorrow night?
No,
yes, we're coming in a big stretch Hummer.
Big stretch Hummer, right.
White limo or black limo?
Yellow.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Eight.
And, Tom, did you hear about Beth Ann?
Uh-huh.
Do you know she's quitting? She's going to work at a...
Can I be the producer?
No, but how would you like this? How would you like to get it on with Beth Ann?
Right. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Well, before she leaves.
Tomorrow's the night.
Tomorrow night's before she leaves.
Uh-huh.
Would you be up for that?
Yes, I will.
What will you be wearing tomorrow night, Tom?
My WJFK yellow shirt I've been wearing all this
Not the tie-dye shirt. The tie-dye shirt?
Yeah.
Because I have it on good authority. You know what Beth Ann's going to be wearing?
What?
A leotard.
A leotard?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got an extra shirt for me so I can join you all for bowling tomorrow night?
Do we have an extra shirt for Tom?
And no, the bumpers won't be in the gutters either, so we have trouble.
Listen, Tom, it's 8:30. Don't be tardy.
Watch it.
You going to have a hot dog at the snack bar with extra mustard?
Yep, I'm going to have a lot of mustard and ketchup and onions.
You want some
onions.
You want some frozen custard?
Yep.
What is it?
What is frozen custard?
It's hot, rotten sex.
It's what?
Hot, rotten sex.
Hot, rotten?
Hot, real sex.
Yeah.
Did you hear we're sending some GIs out to the Bunny Ranch?
Who are you sending out there?
Soldiers. Guys that are... we're
Army men.
Select one soldier from Iraq and send him out to Reno.
And Dennis.
No, Dennis. Dennis can't go.
Dennis might be coming tomorrow night. You looking forward to seeing him?
No, he's not going to be there because he is not allowed.
Why isn't he allowed?
Because that's my territory.
Spell territory.
Boy, you're running the whole show. You sound like General Custard.
Spell territory.
Tower.
What was that again?
Tower.
Tower. Perfect.
Territory records.
Are you gonna roar tomorrow night? Wow.
I love that.
Tom, will you be selling any merchandise tomorrow night?
Yes, I will be selling my Tom Gavin Monster T-shirts.
And don't get if you bowl too long and you wear the wrong shoes, you might get a blister.
You might get a blister.
Right.
Blister. Where's Charlie?
He's not. He might be there tomorrow night.
Hey, Charlie, are you going to be there tomorrow night?
He might be there tomorrow night.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tom.
Here he goes, the greatest hang-up of any caller we ever get.
And if you buy a T-shirt, exact change is appreciated.
Don and Mike show. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, you're on the air. Hi there.
Hi, I'm calling from Pittsburgh, and I want to talk about the POS station that we have here.
Our station in Pittsburgh? Yes, let's talk about it, sure.
They shut off their antenna at 5 o'clock because that's when they go home.
They're a daytimer?
I guess so. And I mean, I know I can listen to you in the car.
We got a daytimer clear in Pittsburgh?
You know what? I bet it's a power reduction. I don't think
still on.
Sundown.
I don't think that it's a daytime station only.
No, it's on all the time, but as soon as they shut off the antenna, they lose half power, so, only the area around the tower gets you.
What happens is in the wintertime on AM stations like that, on POS stations like that, they have to power down when it gets dark. So
legally, they have to.
What you will have to do in Pittsburgh there is drive closer to where the transmitter is.
I can't do that.
Well, no, it can be fun. You put on a blanket, put on a parka, get a six-pack of beer, and listen to the show on a transistor radio. Just move.
I can't. No, I've tried that. I've tried that in the car. It doesn't work.
Have you put aluminum foil on your antenna?
I don't.
Yeah, right. But it's even better. Have you made a hat out of aluminum foil?
Tinfoil hat.
When I'm at home, I listen to you on WJFK on the internet.
Okay, at home. So
but when I'm in the car, I can't listen to you at all.
You're going to have to get home sooner.
Hold on a second. This is this is the Edge, right? 1550?
Yes.
Okay. Well, honey, it may be your radio because it is.
No. Before 5 o'clock, you're fine.
Hold on.
It's a 5,000-watt daytime station, 1,000-watt nighttime station. Mm-hmm. That's, trust me, there are worse situations to be in than that. Not that I'm thrilled that at this point in my career, we're on a 5,000-watt.
Well, 1,000 right
down
now.
to a 1,000-watt station. Keep in mind, for a while, we were proud that the station that we were on in Houston was a big deal. And that station, I'm not kidding you this time, kids, was 250 watts only during the daytime.
That's pretty significant, huh? How does the signal come in when it's 5,000 watts?
Oh, good. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, and do you know where the radio station's located? Or the tower?
No. They're probably, I think, 20 miles away from my house.
Find out and move there.
Are you a married lady?
I just moved here from Vegas. I'm not moving anywhere else.
Are you married?
Yes.
Does your husband cry a lot?
Oh, Rob.
Oh, stop it.
Rob.
Only when I make him cry for me.
Whoa!
That's right.
That's a long trip.
I used to live in Pittsburgh. I worked in Pittsburgh twice. I love Pittsburgh.
13Q.
Yeah, that's right. You ever go up the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which I used to call it the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which is a big road that goes up toward Mount Washington?
Yeah.
You see idiots all the time that, this car made it to the top of Mount Washington. That's it in Pittsburgh. That's like as far as tourist attractions go. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's the big mountain.
And I remember they flew me out there for the interview.
Where they are for the tower.
They flew me out there for the interview, and it was like, and I said to the guy, the general manager, "Wait, we're going up the Ho Chi Minh Trail." And he's like, "Oh my God, that's sacrilegious."
Oh, that's a big deal here.
You are going up to Mount Washington. There are cable cars up there. I'm like, but no, I like
it's called inclines. The incline.
Yeah, the incline.
The incline.
You're right. All right. Well, I like Pittsburgh. And you should really move closer to the station. Everybody's right.
I can't move the whole family.
You realize there's absolutely nothing we can do.
Like, there's not a button we can press to make the station 5,000 watts all the time.
See, the reason is that because it's nighttime, once the sun goes down, the way radio works, they'd interfere with another radio station.
That's crap.
It's true.
Which is why we'll be announcing on December 17th that we're going to satellite.
Right.
Oh, are you really?
Now, there I've said it.
Well, now it's out.
Now, there I've said it.
Don!
What are you doing?
And if somebody checks the calendar, you'll
What
find
are you
out.
doing?
That's a Saturday.
What are you doing?
It's a daytime satellite.
Hello? Don and Mike show.
That's alleged.
Hello.
I'll say it.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Mr. DJ, please shoot yourself in the face.
What? Come again, friend?
Man, listen to the breathing. Jesus.
All I heard is, Mr. DJ, please shoot yourself in the face.
Maybe Buzz can enlighten you on that one. That is the title of the message to radio guys from Patton Oswalt in his spew. I love the name of that.
Okay, is that on Patton's website?
Yes.
Oh, and hold on a second before you say whatever you want to say. I did TiVo, the Patton Oswalt show from the other night, and I did see the brief 1-second clip of Mike, a brief 1-second clip of Buzz,
right?
But a pretty funny friggin' show by Patton Oswalt.
I got to see it. I forgot to TiVo it, and I wish I'd seen it.
Put it in your TiVo because they'll
run it again.
They'll be rerunning it. It's like everything on Comedy Central. It'll be rerun.
Remember the old days of TV? I'd have 16 VCRs going. I'd have everything. I would have everything, and I'd be calling my mom and having her record it too. Now it's just like, I forgot. Mm-hmm. But I guess it was only 1 second for me and 1 second for Buzz. It was one of those things like Jerry Todd. We're going to take a break right now. Oh, there we are. Okay,
actually,
we're going.
I thought that yours was a more naturally occurring shot. It appeared that they edited Buzz in
out of kindness or
later.
Sympathy.
Yes, probably out of kindness. I thought.
But what was neat is they used something you said on the air to set up a small sequence.
They did.
You said something about the weather. There was a bad thunderstorm.
Right.
And they used your voiceover from the air as they were driving through the thunderstorm.
Oh, was you saying how was the traffic? I think that's what he said.
That's what it was.
And then it cuts to his stand-up routine about it. You're actually on 2 or 3 times, briefly, and I'm also on for like a second and a half.
Not that Buzz counted.
Right.
Anyway.
1.7.
But I will. But they're going to rebroadcast it probably?
Just put it in your TiVo machine.
Also, Showtime is doing a thing. I think it's going to be all 4 episodes edited together, not bleeped. Okay. But if you search Comedians of Comedy, it'll give you all of those.
Great show.
Hello. All right, what can we do for you?
Oh, yes, they'll repeat that tomorrow night. It's on their website, of course. But the Cunny in Pittsburgh, she sure sounded a little bit, maybe a lot like Gladys Kravitz. Didn't you think so?
I noticed that right away.
Yeah, she kind of Kravitzy.
And she needs to just get online and go to WURP's nice hard stream of the show.
Are you wearing suspenders?
I'm calling from Alaska.
I'm
wearing a parka like George Costanza.
I bet he's got a belt and suspenders on.
I bet he really is in Alaska, though. Are you really?
And I am. Yes, I am. And I'm retired military. But unfortunately, I didn't go to Iraq or Afghanistan, so I guess...
Who is the celebrity you most resemble?
Oh, wow. I never thought you'd ask me that. Robin Williams, only with a little bit less body hair.
A handsome man.
Rob's favorite town in Alaska? Juneau.
Yes.
Because
Yeah, he totally misunderstood how the town was named.
He doesn't get it.
I have it with a question mark in the middle. Isn't that how you spell it?
No, question mark, my ass. It's an exclamation point.
It's JEW, NO, exclamation.
Right.
Or JEW, question mark.
And technically, because...
NO, exclamation point.
And because he does that, technically, he's filled with self-loathing.
That's right.
Only partially. Only like
pretty good. Pretty good.
Up to the shin.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don, you said you bought the Madonna album online. Why didn't you just download it with like a music source? You have an iPod? Do you use that, or do you like the actual CD?
No, I'm old-fashioned like that I like actually getting the CD myself. Although, here's the thing, too. I know this sounds retarded, because when I was a kid, I would go out and buy a record, like buy a 45 RPM record, pay 69 cents. For some reason, when I try to get, if there's a song I want for my iPod, and I can't find it anywhere illegal, and I have to go to the goddamn iPod tune store,
right?
I feel like it's like... I am not going to pay 99 cents for the Blackbirds Walking in Rhythm. To me, I don't know what it says about
domain.
me. Yeah, it should be. Although, if I was a kid, I would go out and buy the record.
Right. Well, and also, I believe there's a fidelity issue, too. I mean, it's the iPods are great, sounds great, but doesn't sound that great.
No, and you're not getting anything tangible. You don't have a piece of paper in it or anything.
Can I just say something? If you don't get your feelings hurt? You're talking way too friggin' much today.
Too much?
Too much.
Then goodbye.
Go have a seat.
So you got to buy the CD and then you've got to rip it onto your computer? Isn't that just a lot of extra work?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Because I do.
But don't you agree? I mean, I was late to the party on iPods. Don't you think iPods? When I play I get the little adapter where you play it through your car radio,
right.
And I think the audio. I mean, compared to putting an actual CD in there, it's not the same thing.
It's not the iPod.
Well,
it's the adapter.
It's the adapter.
Yeah.
You got to spend a lot of money.
Right. All right. Thank you. That guy's right, because what I will do with the Madonna thing is then burn it onto a CD, and burn it onto my computer.
When he says you have to spend a lot of money, do they have like adapters that are expensive or something like that you can actually play the stuff through your car or what?
I think like a car stereo place will hardwire it so you can plug your iPod right in.
Too much work.
No, not really. Not for you. Less work for you.
No, but work for me is driving to the stereo thing.
I forgot. That is rough.
It's BS.
Tom and Mike show. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
It'll be ready at noon. Oh, great.
Hello.
Tom and Mike?
Yeah.
Hi, I just got a quick question for you. I just want to know, how good is Tom Gavin's credit?
It's outstanding. Why is that?
No, I just wanted to know if he was eligible for a Visa or a MasterCard.
That's pretty good.
Oh, saw it coming, but it was still good.
Yeah. I didn't see it. Priceless. MasterCard.
No, I hope he comes to the bowling tomorrow night, because whenever he shows up, he's the life of the tardy.
You know, and good restraint for you.
Thank you.
I saw you stand up and try to go to the microphone again. I mean, for God's sakes.
Was he lunging for it?
Yes, as he was lunging.
Hello?
That's the worst thing we could have done is told him, why couldn't you just have kept the secret?
What are you talking about?
Well, now you got, he's all happy. He had the meeting with the manager today. He's Mr. Producer. He's jumping up to the microphone every 2 seconds. Oh, I got to speak about this. I got to speak about this. See what you've done.
I'm sorry.
See what you've done. Okay, see you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
That was crap. I'm so glad she's leaving.
Way to manage.
Way to manage?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. Yes, he gives, he takes away.
That's right. That's
been his style for years.
That's how it's done.
I'm kidding, of course. Now, what did you write down? You're
I
happy?
said, yeah, I'm happy now until 7:25. Then I got to go home.
Oh, okay. That's when you won't be happy.
That's a good thing.
And let me just make sure.
This segment brought to you by Master Tard.
Make sure she knows I'm kidding, too. Really, I wish she wasn't leaving.
I know.
Hello?
Yeah, I was kidding about that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you sound less than convincing.
How are your plans going?
I believe everything you say.
How are your plans going?
See, that's your whole freaking problem. Don't believe everything. I mean, he doesn't believe everything I say.
I don't believe everything I say. I knew you were kidding.
But you don't have the rapier wit.
I'm not as funny as you. That's true.
Well, no, listen, you're not as funny as anybody in this room.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, that's okay, but I mean, what you're going to be doing doesn't sound like you need a tremendous sense of humor.
No, you just got to be good with, like organizing when the records are going to come up.
And kicking a little ass.
Yeah, getting the DJs to read the cards at the right time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be good at that.
Oh, come on, Beth Ann. Now we're kidding you.
Okay.
Come on, I've got some misplaced anger in here, okay? You're leaving, you've quit, I'm past that. But on the other hand, I got the boy on the bubble over here. It's like
he's excited.
I know he's excited. I'm trying to do a goddamn show.
He's just trying to help.
I know.
Okay.
Not really.
What?
I'm not really trying to help.
You're not?
I think, listen, when all things shake out, when you're doing what you're doing and Rob steps into the role, I think he had a rough go his first time, but I think on his second go-around, you're going to pass mustard.
I think it's going to be great.
Sorry. I was still going back to the Tard thing, and you know what?
Oh.
Went to that well one too many times.
Okay, goodbye, Beth.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Whew. How many more days do we have left with her?
Now you're going to have to call her back all over again.
About a month.
Nah, she understands. Or does she? I'm not kidding you this time.
Hello?
Oh, are we exasperating you?
A bit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You have exactly 20 shows left. Goodbye.
I didn't count by.
I did.
20 shows.
Only 20 shows until you're the man. Give me 5!
Yeah!
Give me 5! Yeah! 20 shows till you're the man.
Phone's ringing.
Phone's ringing.
Oh, God.
Who could it be?
Hello?
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 Dawn?
Yes, hi, Beth Ann.
Hey, I'm just on, like, some stuff for the website. I can't remember. Did you win or lose this week in fantasy football?
Oh, see, that's her way of getting back at you.
Oh, I lost.
Okay, thank you.
I lost. Oh, Beth Ann?
Oh, no. What have I opened up?
Yeah, you don't get it. No, you don't. No, really. There really is no need for Don Knotts to get into the ring with Evander Holyfield. Is there a real need for this?
I am just
buddy, we kick you to Caesar's Palace in the arena. You'll see in this corner an eagle. In this corner,
down goes McBride.
It wouldn't take long, would it? No. Okay.
No, I lost the fantasy football game.
101 to 88.
I've lost the fantasy football game. You've lost the opportunity of your lifetime.
Okay, true. Okay.
He'll win another game.
That's the truest thing that's been said during this segment.
Okay.
It's all about being happy.
I'm fond of you. I'll miss you. It's an awkward time.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward because you're in that mode where you want to make sure that you please, that you do a good job before you leave. Because I know that, I swear to God, you're not a slacker. You really are working extra, super, double hard. And on the other hand, you got, the boy back here who's virtually jumping out of his skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's very tough.
I think it's a quality of life issue. I mean,
would you just apologize to me, please?
For?
Just do it.
Okay. I'm sorry, Don.
Thanks, Beth Ann.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There
you go.
I can understand the move.
Yeah.
I have been thinking a lot about it. I was angry at the beginning.
Yep.
But now, prior to this, she could go to like Best Buy and get all her electronics, and now she can go get stuff at the Fix-It shop.
Right. Emmett's Fix-It shop.
Oh, this
and the phone's broken.
Phone. This goddamn phone.
Perhaps we could take it to Emmett's Fix-It shop.
Hello?
I'll miss you,
I'll miss you.
You're a liar.
I won't. I'll miss all of you.
No, you won't. You're fleeing us.
This call was a giant mistake.
You cared you'd stay.
I should never have called you.
Okay.
You've made us late already.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From this terrible traffic we have around here to one traffic light in the whole town. Advantages.
Okay, we're going to do this, and we will come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The people of this nation can stomach quite a bit. The one thing they can't stomach is the image of a vice president with a mouthful of...
You don't have to use... Look.
Hey.
Let's use the word alleged.
They got photos. They got witnesses. They got the alleged slut.
Hey, wait a second. Let me tell you something. I'm a husband first.
The Don and Mike Show. Uber honkies, Don and Mike.
Boy, oh boy. All day I've been looking at this USA Today.
Yeah.
And I've never even noticed until right now.
You have not noticed the Jennifer Aniston picture?
God friggin' damn it.
That good.
Hi, Don. There she is.
Jesus. God!
Uh-huh.
She's wearing shorty shorts, just cutoffs like Levi's. And she's doing that thing where she's got her arms. It's a side shot. Frankly, I don't know how one of those big jalopies is not getting out. Really? Either lefty or right.
They're not big jalopies. They're perfect jalopies.
That's right.
God damn.
And they're just hidden enough.
She's the GQ Person of the Year. She's not the Man of the Year. She's the Person of the Year.
Yes, they gave her that honor because of the way she's handled herself, so to speak.
Yeah. God damn.
There she is. Picture her.
I am, Mike.
Looking just so free.
Wouldn't that be great? You're home from work. I made you shake and bake.
I was just playing.
Now we're going to eat, and then you can get drunk, and you can have sex, and the kind of sex that you like where only you're happy, and then you can go right to sleep.
Don Geronimo's perfect world.
There she is, Jennifer Aniston.
My.
God damn.
I would imagine you might want to pick up that GQ. You probably have a few more photos. You might be able to have a new, little piece of paper.
Do a Google search, and you'll find the pictures of Jennifer Aniston from December's GQ. There you go. Buzz found it right there. Hello, Don and Mike show. Goddamn hot.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hi there.
Hey, a little farewell for Beth Ann for you.
Okay.
Total prostitute, okay? I mean, her butt is just so big. I can't believe it's just so round. It's just out there. I mean, look. She's just so...
Too long on the intro. Too long on the intro, buddy. We got it at the beginning, but
everybody.
I know it was distorted.
I mean, it was. I don't think it was the same guy that did it the last time.
Like big butts,
and I cannot lie.
Like big butts. Yes. I mean, I don't, but some people do.
Yes.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey,
hey.
There's a better picture of Jennifer on GQ.com.
GQ? Yeah, I think Buzz just went there, but there's 8,000 pictures. And she does the topless thing in that way where you don't really see.
Right.
She works out.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yes.
She's got a very muscular body.
She sure does. God damn. Would I work her out? I really would. Look, there's the cover. Buzz has got the cover.
It keeps changing.
There's 50 Cent.
Right.
On GQ.
She'll be back.
He's one of the men of the year.
There's Vince Vaughn.
Right.
She's up next.
There's Vince Vaughn, and then we're look at that.
Oh!
Nice.
So the picture in USA Today is more sanitized.
Yeah, absolutely. Wowzy.
Sure, it's America's newspaper.
Okay, well, Rob?
Yes.
As the acting producer, would you please take this copy of USA Today and make sure it's in my briefcase?
Of course.
Thank you.
We still have Beth Ann as the producer, so you've made that arbitrary decision now that he is the acting producer. He's sliding into the. Have you made a major decision just now by giving him that paper? And has something changed that I'm not aware of? I'm not sure.
No, here's the thing. You know why I want to bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bring it home to line my birdcage.
No, you need it.
I want to bring it home to...
in the hour or so left in this program, I believe... I'm putting this request out for you because I know that we've put requests out for things, and this is easy. Yeah. Is that on newsstands yet, Buzz, that GQ?
I think so, but I'll check.
Because I know that in your hand, the way our audience responds, that you could have a copy of that magazine by the time you leave.
COB.
No need. I can do that thing.
I know no need, but wouldn't you rather have a nice steak instead of the small steak?
Mike, if it's Jennifer Aniston, I'd eat the gristle.
And that's a hell of a cover. That's a hell of a cover.
Anyway, and the other reason I didn't ask Beth Ann to is because Beth Ann would get oogied out.
Yes.
Because, Rob knows what I'm going to do with that newspaper.
That picture represents many things. It represents the fact that she's free. It represents the fact that I think she's
topless.
She's looking forward to a whole new era of posing.
As are we.
She's topless. And she's topless.
She looks lovely.
Jesus Christ. She's so hot. She's so friggin' hot.
And she's ageless, too.
Well, no, eventually that catches up with all of them.
Of course.
What, Rob? And you know what? Thank you for writing and not speaking.
That's okay.
Thank you. Just don't make me take it out of your case tomorrow.
He
won't be in the case tomorrow. No. He's stuck to the floor. Okay, let's take a second here and talk. I'm horny as hell.
Really?
Shocker. Let's talk about the good people at the Durex Rubbers Company. The Durex Rubbers Company.
And Don, pronounce the name correctly, please. That's Durex.
The Durex Rubbers Company sent us the survey results of the 2005 Durex Rubbers Global Sex Survey.
Is that what they have on their factory, too? Durex Rubbers?
No, it says Durex Global. Durex Global Sex. It doesn't say rubber.
Durex.
It says condoms.
Mm-hmm.
I like rubbers better. I like the word rubbers better.
Because rubbers is what you've used for years.
Here we go, yeah. And
have you a rubber?
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Rubber balls and liquor.
What'd you have for lunch?
Rubber balls and liquor.
What are you going to have for dinner?
Rubber balls and liquor.
What'd you do to Carla last night?
Rubber balls and liquor. Makes no sense.
Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Let me find one of these that we can all answer on.
Even the boss.
Here we go. This is an annual survey of Americans aged 25 to 54. Does that include everybody in this room?
I'm still in.
Okay. Here we go.
Hold on. Yes.
Okay. How many people, and we'll just count the four of us, Don, Mike, Rob, and Buzz. Again, although, you know what, we should probably involve her in this.
I suppose.
Hello?
Not many things we can involve her in left.
Come on in. Would you come in, please?
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec.
Okay. Your decision. You run the show.
Make nice.
Now, come on, honey. Come on. I know you're quitting, but is this the fastest you could get here?
Hey,
Hi there.
I got you the magazine.
Wow.
I know.
Really? I mean, you really physically got it, or it's on its way?
He's on his way to go get it.
It's on his way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Magazine.
Let's see. Okay. Amount of people who have... first, we'll answer the question. They'll tell you
now,
what
how are we doing this? Are we writing it down? Are we raising our hands? Are we
just say yes
verbalizing
or no.
it?
We'll go around the room. Just say yes or no. Have you had sex in the car? Yeah, I have, yes. Mike?
Yes.
Buzz?
Yes.
Beth Ann?
Yes.
Rob?
No.
Really?
Really?
Okay, 50% of Americans have had sex in the car.
Only 50%? I'm surprised at that.
Yeah.
Only 50%. Let's see. Have you had sex in a bathroom? I have. Mike?
Yes.
Buzz?
No.
B.A.?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
I'm astonished, Buzz.
In a bathroom?
Not the cleanest.
39%.
In your own bathroom?
Like I said, it's not the cleanest.
Okay. How about in an alley? Have you had sex in an alley, Mike?
Like behind a building?
That's what it says. My answer would be no. Mike?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
Robbie?
Yes, at Bowl America.
Okay,
Tomorrow night.
What's your real answer?
No.
No? Only 14% of Americans.
Has Rob had sex? Oh, yeah, his kids.
Of course Rob
I'm
has
just
had
asking.
sex.
I was shocked. No car.
I would think Rob being the car guy that he is.
I know.
And those big cars that he has. I mean, God, he had bedrooms in those cars.
But no Scotch guard.
Bedrooms in those cars, doll's eyes.
Okay. Beth Ann?
Yeah?
This is a segment that was just for women.
Mm-hmm.
Beth Ann, what do you use lube for?
You asked me, what do I use it, or if I used it?
Yes. Yeah. Well, now, we're going
all those questions, you found your way back to that question for her again.
We're going to assume...
How fascinating is that?
We're going to assume that you do use lube. Why do you use it?
CD.
Pardon?
Chronic dryness.
Lubrication.
Okay, that's there you go. Used to be the costume. 75% of women. Beth Ann.
Yeah.
Beth Ann, do you believe that lube enhances sexual pleasure?
Yes.
Okay, 36% say yes. So you're in the minority there.
And do you believe in ghosts?
Beth Ann, do you use lube to make it less painful?
No.
No, 47% of women say they do. And here's
But that's assuming I use it.
Here's one more, and I'm just using you as the woman lube user.
But I'm not. But
why are you excluding the men from this?
Do you like lube because it tastes good?
Yes.
No, come on.
I've never tasted it.
Okay, 5%.
Excellent answer.
5% of women say yes, it tastes good. Let me see. Mike.
Hi.
How about some male-oriented questions?
I'm standing by.
Let me see. Okay, just with men. Okay. Mike O'Mara, speaking on behalf of men. Do you own pornography?
Yes.
Of course you do. Now this, American men, 92% say
Not
yes.
a lot, just enough to get me by.
Okay. Approximately, and this is by way of the survey, this Durex Rubbers survey, putting you in contact with America, how many pornos do you believe you own?
Do you know, and this is a serious answer, if you had asked me that a short time ago before the age of TiVo, I couldn't even tell you, but I know it's less than 5.
Okay, well,
if they're somewhere in the house,
you're off
around,
the charts. Because the average
videos, because now everything, I mean, I go to the pay-per-view.
Right.
44% of the men surveyed said that they have over 80 pornos in their house.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, okay. This is for everybody. Oh, hold on. Here's another one for you, Mike. A male-oriented question. Do you own love beads?
No.
You are in the minority. 58% of American men own love beans.
Really?
Love beads. What do you say? Love beans.
Well, I have the beans.
He doesn't have the beads.
I don't have the beads. I have the beans. They're in my vanity. My vanity. Isn't that funny?
That's not where they go.
Yes.
Hold on a second.
The love beans, incidentally, are better than the love beads because the odd shape is more fun. Yeah.
Okay.
No!
You know, no one's going to answer these, honestly.
I will.
Me too.
No, they won't.
I promise I will.
Have you ever gotten an STD?
No.
No.
Clean bill of health.
Okay. I mean, no, I haven't either. But
right.
But what it says is that only 13% admit it, but they believe that the figure is higher to 40%.
Where's J.R. Russ when you need him? That guy not only admitted it, he came in and he screamed it from the...
I got the clap! This is the overnight DJ Ueva. He was thrilled. That's the day he came in with the negatives of some very explicit photos he took of one of the listeners, and he also told us that he had the clap. Oh, and by the way, get well, Fez.
And incidentally, as far as that STD question is concerned, based on my life history, I put that in the same category with the DUIs. DL. Damn lucky.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me see. Beth Ann, well, gosh, a lot of these we do know. Do you own a vibrating toy? Do you own pornography? Do you own C-rings? Do you own love beads?
No.
Other than your own bed, where have you had relations? Bummed uglies at work, done it at school, done it on camera, done it at a party.
Wait, ho. What? I just heard you say yes to done it on camera.
Oh, no, I'm just reading you.
No, she said yes to done it on camera.
Oh, wait.
A personal camera. Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Wasn't a network camera.
You and a friend?
Yes.
Really?
Okay, thank you very much.
Makes you naughty.
Thank you for taking the rubber survey, Beth.
That was fun.
See, now, aren't you going to miss this when you go to whatever...
I am.
Whatever happened to that video?
Kiss, Power, All Hit 97, whatever it is that you're going to be doing.
That is not giving it away.
Well, I'm not, because it could be anything. It could be Froggy 98. That could be the station you're going to go run.
Right.
WMPT, Mount Pilot Radio.
She's going to be the program director at El Zol.
How many stations are you going to be running?
7.
Really?
No.
How many really?
Tell the truth. You can say that.
On.
You can say that. Of course you can say that. Well, all right, say one greater or less.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the exact number.
What?
Less than 4.
But more than 1.
All right. 4, but more than 1. It'll be a group program thing.
You know what? You ain't going to have as much fun, honey.
True.
I swear to God, you're not going to have as much fun.
No way.
You're really not going to have as much fun. No one's going to ask you about, lubricants and stuff. I know you're going to miss us. You're going to miss us.
That's right.
But don't worry. You know who's sitting right here? Mr. Replacement. There he is. My man. Give me 5, Rob. Give me 5. About Rob.
So long, Beth Ann. Get ready for your life to suck.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people. He made it up.
No, Beth
might be the funniest departure ever. Seriously, we're having fun with it.
Beth Ann will just stay home and roll coins. Do all the stuff that Beth Ann does.
And we're all going down for a visit. That's what she doesn't know. One of these nights, it's going to be a Saturday night.
Who's up in the
are.
Road trip.
They'll never catch us. They don't even have a police department in this town. Quit your whining. Arr.
Buzz?
Yes.
We played pirate.
Hi there, Buzz.
Hi.
What is your lead story on news and comments tonight?
Tonight, even Republicans...
You know, God damn it, that's a pisser. I am going to miss Beth Ann.
Of course, same here. We all are.
She's a great producer. She really is a great producer. Anyway.
She was.
And I wish things were as easy as... I don't know if you looked at DCR TV today.
Oh, no. Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah, yes. But the guy that writes that site, Dave Hughes, he's okay for a radio nerd guy. You know, he writes something along the lines of, like, that I'm Tony Soprano. Why don't I just make it happen?
Yeah, right.
Why don't I just hire Beth Ann to be part of our production company? Like it's so easy. Like hey, D-bag, like, I didn't think of that. And, like, the company won't let me do that.
Right.
I mean, we've been through that before. And Jesus Christ, although it's a wonderful compliment that a guy on a website, while they're contemplating Beth Ann, thinks that I have the power around here to be Tony Soprano. If I was really Tony Soprano, really, do you think me and Mike would still be doing this shift?
Okay. Yeah, really. Really.
Who's on the hotline?
I don't know.
Who's on the line?
Oh, the free sign fell down.
Hello. Hotline.
Oh.
Hotline.
The sign fell down.
Oh,
the free FM sign.
The format will last a little longer than that.
Oh, and really, the hotline was really ringing right then. That was kind of a spooky thing.
That's very strange.
Free sign fell down.
Anyway, if I was Tony Soprano, goddamn, heads would roll around here. Trust me on that.
Yep.
Starting with...
You know what that sounded like, what you said, though?
What?
I know what you were saying.
Yeah.
But people that would interpret that, when you said, if I was really doing Tony Soprano, you think Mike and I would still be doing this shift?
Yeah.
It sounded almost like he'd be out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's my paranoid nature.
No,
that's what it kind of sounded like.
No,
you were talking about
friend.
You and I would be doing the
morning
thing.
show.
Yeah.
Right.
I know you meant that. I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, the certain people that are going to type.
Oh, well, don't worry. Screw them.
I hate that.
Anyway, I just like bring it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Thanks for thinking I'm Tony Soprano. Thanks. It's very nice.
Yes, things are not always as they seem.
I wish I was. Christ. But let me take this opportunity because I am building new bridges with Michael Hughes. I'm going to announce his brand new name. If everyone would please from now on refer to him as Michael Pennis.
Interesting.
Michael Pennis.
Michael
Pennis.
Very good.
It's got an exotic spelling. Buzz?
Yes.
What is your lead story today on the news? You see, because I'm Tony Soprano.
Right.
I can say that about
That's
it.
right.
Of course.
That's the kind of power. That's the incredible power that I have here at this station, according to the guy at DCR TV.
You are the PB. You are the poobah. You are the power broker.
That's right, Mr. Pennis. Hi, Buzz. I'll have some of that Pennis pasta. Buzz, what is your lead story?
Spicy or mild?
What are the lead stories?
Tonight, even Republicans are talking about ending the war. The Supreme Court skips the God question, and horny soccer mom goes to prison.
Oh, is that the mom that said she was the cool mom?
Wanted to be, yes.
Right.
That's the one.
Whoa.
Baby.
Stay tuned for news and comment coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike Show is very...
Pennis Reginald.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crackpot?
The Don and Mike Show. Coming up, handsome man recaps news in pleasing baritone. Stay tuned for this and more.
Eric, who's on the line? It's Don Geronimo and Mike O'Bara.
Tomorrow, I hope we're going to have time to get to my BlackBerry. Yes. I've got a lot of messages, and Maryberry's got a lot to tell me. Also, tomorrow on the show, we'll be giving away a trip to Las Vegas. You like that, with airfare and hotel and money to gamble with, and also a trip to Cleveland. I think to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hey, right? Anyway, some good stuff on tomorrow's episode. Now here is Guy J. Birdley. Hi there, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. I'd like to change one of my answers on the condom quiz. I was reminded that the shower is part of the bathroom, and therefore I'd like to change my answer to yes, the bathroom, yes.
Who reminded you of that?
I got a phone call. I said, who is this? And it was my wife.
Good one.
Yeah.
The shower. Good one. Good pull there at the last minute, because I thought you were just going to say. I just answered. It was like, newsroom. Hi, Buzz. You don't remember me, Buzz, but
you knew me about 30 years ago. And we did it in the shower.
Why don't we do it in the road? All right, so you and your wife have done it in the shower.
Apparently so.
Well, now, Buzz, you would remember that.
Vaguely, yes. I mean, I think it's probably been a while.
Do you remember the shower?
No. I mean, we've lived in so many parts of the country, I don't remember.
I don't know why I said that.
I know.
Just trying to be dirty.
Yeah.
You ever have Golden Grams?
I see what you're asking, but no. The answer to that would be no.
Okay, thank goodness.
Now listen, none of that yellow journalism today on the show. Okay?
not that I don't think that you couldn't be a part of that filth. I know your beautiful wife would not.
All carrots and peas.
Like you have faith in me. I appreciate that.
I hope you have fresh peas at Thanksgiving. I haven't had a good pea in a year.
God, the whole show today is just pissing me off.
I think we've run the gamut. We've run the gauntlet.
As far as we can.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Donna, Mike.
Marcia, if you remember any other details, please call.
We'd love to hear about it.
We'd love to know what he did to you in the shower.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Find out how bad he was to you.
What did he do to you?
How bad was he?
It was cold, though, right?
As I recall.
Cold.
I remember that much. It was very cold.
Man, a shower. And, they can be outdoors, too.
Yes, they can.
The outdoor showers.
Oh, God.
Pull the chain.
On the beach. Oh. Republican senators are concerned. Many of them face re-election next year, and polls show Americans ready to give the lawmaking duties back to the Democrats.
They'll figure out a way to bounce back.
Last week's elections were perhaps a preview of the Republicans' grim future. So today, the Senate voted to tell Iraq to get control of its own security by next year so American troops can come home.
How much does that suck? Now they're making a fist. They're making a fist because it's election time. And that's it.
They're not even making the fist that the Democrats want to say, what's the firm date? And
what's the timetable?
The Republicans are saying, hey, listen, it's enough that we're going to say to them, get them out.
You've summed it up beautifully, actually.
Thank
you. BS.
The senators
Thank you. Now we can talk more about you and your wife in the shower.
Yeah. Outside or inside?
Well, indoors, as I recall.
Indoors.
Yeah.
Caulk? Hey. Was there any caulk?
There was, and some grout.
Most showers are filled with caulk
and grout.
Used to be our radio name when Mike and I used to do the home improvement show. I'm Caulk.
And I'm Grout.
I'm Tile with the news.
It's the Caulk and Grout show.
Senators did not condemn the
That's
war.
That's a great name for a radio team. Caulk and Grout. That's fantastic.
At C-A-U-L-K.
Of course. The senators didn't condemn the war or the president, but they did vote to tell the president to lay out a strategy for ending the war. None of this is legally binding, except for the part that requires quarterly reports from the White House about how the phase-out is progressing.
Brother, what can I do to help you?
It's hardly a mutiny, but it may be a start to ending U.S. involvement in Iraq. The polls also show that's what Americans want. One Democrat calls it a turning point. With 3 out of 5 Americans...
Buzz, I'm sorry, that was not...
No,
that was not directed at the delivery. It was just like, it's just more...
I see.
You know what? This is crap.
It's just more like, Jesus Christ. What's his approval rate? Seriously.
36%.
Now, what's making me mad, and that'd be the strategy, which is that whole thing is a political strategy. Now, what are they doing? They're saying, oh, let's fight back. Let's answer the critics. As opposed to fixing anything, they're just going to say, oh, we're going to answer our critics and say, hey, you're un-American once again. They're going back to the same crap.
We'll show him. We'll make him give us reports. That'll fix it. With 3 out of 5 Americans seeing him as less than honest, President Bush has set out to change that by attacking the honesty of his critics.
It's something you said a long, long time ago, and then when I watched George Carlin special, I got it reinvigorated in my head, and I've never felt this way as long as I've lived. I've always thought, hey, the process it's frustrating. It really is because I really feel, and I hate to say this because I've never said it before, does it really matter who's in office?
No.
Because we're all just kind of like victims of this big oil pawn, big money club guys that pull all the strings.
We're so divided that no matter who wins or loses, 50% of the country is going to be pissed off.
That's ridiculous. And I think, really, the guys that I'm pissed off, the guy with the hair lip that runs Mobil Oil.
Right.
I mean, they're pulling the strings.
Oh, you mean Mr. Speed Pass?
And they're pulling the strings, and they're happy that we're we've got all this fighting because then they can just steamroll ahead.
I ain't as political as you, Mike, and I don't profess to know as much about politics as you, but
I'm more frustrated than I've ever been with both sides.
I have always said that it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you had Democrats in there, they'd screw it up. They'd have their own vicious agenda that they'd want to go after.
I do not remember the last election that I didn't vote, and this past election for the governor here in Virginia.
Doesn't matter.
It was such crap. I was so mad at both sides that I didn't vote. Then, I didn't register because I was so mad when I got my new driver's license, and they say, hey, do you want to register? And then it came up, and
I have to register. But that's the whole thing with the signs in the front yard.
That's right. At the last minute, I changed my mind. I said, well, I'm going to vote, and then it was too late. Yeah. And I was kind of mad at myself, but it still
doesn't matter.
I feel more like the guys that make all the decisions, that it is so completely out of our hands right now. And things seem to be getting worse and worse and worse, and when there's nothing anybody can do about it.
I'll bring the Kool-Aid. So why are you worried about it?
Because I'm pissed.
Well, don't be pissed.
Because I still have that ideal that maybe you get the right guy from either party. Yeah. And then you see the guys they're talking about, and they're the... Ugh. Blech.
I know. I told you, I'd rather have Alan Alda or Jimmy Smith.
Yes.
And they're made-up guys in the West Wing.
That's right. I mean, is it too much to ask? I mean, that we maybe get a little charisma? Maybe somebody who's funny or like smart in a press conference?
Like a leader, somebody who leads the nation, inspire people.
No, we're just like, I don't know. I'm just pissed. I really am.
In Friday's Veterans Day speech at an Army depot, the president said Democrats who accuse him of misleading us into war are undermining the war effort.
Here's what I was looking for. I believe you were asking for charisma.
Yes.
Right?
An example thereof?
Hi, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
Hey, hold on.
There is none.
Mike, he's a big doofus. He's got charisma coming out his ears.
But he didn't unite or inspire people. He's a movie star.
Oh, you know what set me off also?
Charisma.
What set me off is when he did where was he? Alaska, where he went to the base and he spoke. That's where he seems to do all of his speeches. Right. And he's wearing the military outfit again. He's wearing the military jet, which just can't piss me off.
He should wear his Nazi uniform.
Now I'm laughing.
So Friday in Bush's speech, he said the Democrats who accuse him of misleading us into war are undermining the war effort. He called those critics deeply irresponsible, quoting W, these baseless attacks send the wrong signal to our troops and to an enemy that is questioning America's will as our troops fight a ruthless enemy determined to destroy our way of life.
I question our grace, not our will. Will and Grace. It's still funny after all these years, although it's so sad that some character on that show is sick.
Is that the plot line now? Are you watching Will and Grace?
No, I read that.
Are you watching Will and
Grace? No, I swear to God. I read in the newspaper someone on that show's sick. And I thought, is it the lady with the high-pitched voice and the big jugs? But it's some old broad.
Really?
She got the big C. I don't know.
That's right, the big casino, the older black lady that's got the big casino.
But it's Will or it's Grace.
And this week, Bush's national security advisor...
Deborah Methy. I know it's messing, but I like calling her Methy.
Deborah's messy.
Deborah Methy.
Yeah, put an S on the end of her name. Deborah's messy.
Yesterday, Bush's national security advisor admitted the administration was wrong about the weapons of mass destruction, but that the president did not manipulate intelligence to mislead the American people.
I'm sorry. I'm on a box today, but man, he admitted they were wrong. Of course they were. What do you mean admit? What does that have to do with anything? Of course they were wrong.
Join me, friend. Let's go to Canada.
I swear to God, I'm ready. I'm just ready to say whatever.
Let's go to Canada.
Because you know that
Let's
I'm
go
up
on satellite radio to Canada.
The presidential election, up for 14 hours watching the election results, caring, really, really giving. And I'm probably just saying this today because I'm frustrated.
That's how you feel.
They come out. He made an announcement. We were wrong about the weapons of mass. Duh.
Gee, do you think? The Supreme Court faces the God question head-on and turns the other way. That story when we come back.
Just wait till we go to Canadian satellite. CM. It's a Dynamite show on CM. Now, Rob, I know you think that means Chinaman, but it don't.
Really?
That means something else.
I want to go to the... no, forget it. I was going to try... No, the Yugoslavian air service. When we go over to Yugoslavia, CYA. I don't know. I was trying to find it, and I was too mad about Bush.
Here it is. If we go to satellite, we're going to go to satellite in Bolivia. We'll be looking at BM.
Now you got a winner right there. What can Brown do for you?
This is the Don and Mike Show.